Hello, everyone. Good evening, morning, or whatever time zone it may be for you. Welcome back to Run the Flood, our Shadowrun 5e game. Uh, Forgive me, my brain is melted. Um, Currently with us tonight, other than me, we have Morningstar, played by Tharissa Rave, Mojave, played by Daybreakathon, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodon, T103, played by Slippery Nos, and Jason, played by Noskavian. When we last left off on our lovely story here, uh, the party of Shadowrunners had dealt with a group of individuals under Augie's gang, a suspected and more than likely member of a unfortunate trafficking ring, leaving behind T and Morningstar. Jason, Cloudburst, and a very distraught Mojave head off to a local Malwart to collect medical supplies to refill their med kit. As we all come in, they are currently getting out of the large tank and in the parking lot walking up to the store. What are you all talking about?
Yo, this mall's got like the coolest stuff. What do you guys want to get? Like anything in particular? Or we just shopping for the funsies?
I look over to our vastly depleted med kit that was used to revive like 4 or 5 people, and like more than half of all the gauze and everything in there is completely gone. I just take a look inside and just be like, restocking this. Um, and then I look over at Mojave. How's he looking?
Mojave is quiet, more withdrawn than normal. His the usual goofy grin is gone. His body language is a lot more closed. He is walking in a straight line, which isn't actually usual for him. Seems sober, uncharacteristically so.
I'll go ahead and like ask him for some of his input, being like, hey, what do you think we could add to this?
Uh,
Any special stuff that you'd personally recommend, Almost Doctor?
uh, I mean, whatever normally goes in that thing. Yeah, anything supplementary got in my bag right here. Pats the messenger bag he always keeps on his person that is full. It clanks as he pats it.
I might need to take a look at that one point.
Yeah.
But later. Just Cloudy is trying to keep Mojave like talking in some way, shape, or form. And just starts like asking about what bottles are in there, like, hey, what you add to that one? Like poking like one on the out. Like, is there one visible on the outside? Like partially, like some glass exposed?
You might see a Febreze can. Or 4. Like on the top. 4 different varieties of Febreze.
Do you use that often?
Not
like I can imagine it
terribly.
gets pretty nasty stinking in the tank at some points, I'm sure, but like 4 seems like a lot.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I may or may not have swiped him from the doorman at Jay's place. He was a bit rude. So
Continues walking into the store, avoiding the Febreze aisle. Because of all the things I do not want us being cracked for of various unlicensed firearms and drones, I do not want us getting nicked for shoplifting Febreze.
Who's got unlicensed firearms? I don't have any guns, bro. A chummer?
Totally not. Totally. As the 2 people without actual like driver's license and things that make them a person, they just don't have them. They just don't have them.
Do they sell those here?
sins?
Turns
Yeah.
to look at Jay.
Where'd you get yours,
No.
man? I mean, I got one, but I can't use it, so I need a new one.
I look around at the what was it, Malwart? It's kind of like with cameras everywhere. I'm kind of like, we'll talk about it later.
Bet.
And walk on in.
Pats Jay on the back as they walk forward, and like, you're trying, buddy.
But I will, as we're kind of roaming around, I will go ahead and bring up. Oh, so what made y'all want to get into this line of work? As I'm looking through various gauze, bandages, antibacterial splints, whatever was missing. It's just occasionally looking back.
Mojave looks to Jay first.
From the med thing? Oh,
What? No.
No,
I kind of like like points between us, and be like, this line of work.
oh yeah. We're heroes. Like we find people who need our help, and we go in, save the day, crack some heads. Cool stuff.
You are where this is in like a video game, right? Is that not like a Tradio game?
Of course I know that. Like my drones are real. Duh.
Yeah, your bullets hurt, don't they, Jay? Elbows
Oh,
him.
you know what?
Uh-huh.
I need armor. From like the last time, I kind of got bruised up a little bit. I should buy some of that. Does this place have that?
Softy, does a Malwart have stock standard armored clothing?
Now, here's the thing. As a proud Southerner, and knowing what this actually is, yes, it does.
This is
You
Walmart, isn't it?
used to be LA used
No.
to be the free state of California.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you go to the hunting section, you're gonna find some things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like some. Oh, so a lot of clothes, like regular ass street clothes, just have it like woven into that shit. But if we're going for like armor vests, you know what? That's a good
Yeah.
spot. That is
Like
definitely a good
you
spot.
could get the classic street clothes stuff, but if you want something special, you might be able to get you might actually be able to find an armor jacket. It's gonna be a little
Worst comes to
priced,
worst,
but-
you get enough layers of duct tape layered up in there. That stuff can stop a knife. Mojave's jacket is very duct tape patched to heck.
As I walk around in my very, very nice, probably too nice for a Malwart shopping trip, but like decently nice jacket. Like, yeah. I look down. Duct tape will definitely help you in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
And
Always keeps
I
them
will
with
go
you.
ahead and grab an extra roll of duct tape and toss it in the med kit just in case.
Thumbs up.
And look back to Mojave. And what about you?
The whole Shadowrunning shtick, to be perfectly honest, I fell into it about a week ago when I met these fellas.
Oh, wait, did
I
Rodon
think
freeze?
they froze.
Oh dear.
no,
Yeah, I think so.
Oh
I
dear.
think they did.
Oh dear.
The shock has froze.
Oh dear!
Technical difficulties. Hold on.
They, yeah. I mean, it's a great face for them to freeze on. Oh, there they go.
Oh dear, oh no.
They're back. I think they're back. I don't know.
Hold on. Changing the
Hello?
camera. Oh dear. Oh my. This is it. Your camera has decided to die, or it's just dear,
Oh,
Discord.
there.
Ignore that. That overlay will fix itself in a moment. I promise.
So, wonderful weather we're having.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, like we're in the mall, so. But yeah, it's been a pretty chill night. Nice, clear skies, none of that rain crap.
So, allow me to describe this horrifying Malwart as you approach it. As you approach this massive building that towers over you, you are struck by 4 signs that basically stand underneath the main actual sign for this Malwart Supercenter plus Buck Stars. I couldn't think of it. You know what I mean? Coffee. And a Whack-Donald's. Because it's a Malwart. You know there's gotta be a Whack-Donald's in there. Or a Busway. No pets, no guns, no microchips. I can't think of another no sign to put on the wall. Oh no, yeah, I can. You're in a pretty.
There we go.
Oh, we have him back. Thank God, I don't have to
Yay!
get really bad.
I am alive.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Listen, I was about to put a no snake sign on that wall. I want you to know that.
Oh no.
All right. I missed almost the entirety of the response because I was busy freaking out. All right.
Okay.
But I think
Well, what I said before, you were so cruelly taken from us. Well, to be perfectly honest, I fell into it about a week ago when I met these fellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Yes. You need a lot of catching up to do.
I mean,
Eh.
I've been at this I think about a week longer than Mojave here.
Oh, really?
Maybe
What do you know?
just about. I mean, I think T's been at it a little longer, but yeah, T and I we were going for some drinks, and then we decided to come down this way, and we've been doing runs ever since.
I mean, I will don't. At the very least, I've been doing the run in the shadows thing for only about a week or so at this point. But I've been doing the very nearly a doctor thing for like 2 years now. So you know.
Okay.
Oh
All
wait,
right.
if in game time counts, I guess we've been doing this longer, haven't we? A month.
Anyway,
Not
Cloudy, how about
much
you?
better.
How long you been in the game?
Doing odd jobs for a while. Been training for not necessarily running, but something similar for a couple years.
Ah. Suppose it's good to have somebody who knows what they're doing on the team.
Yeah, you two in particular are gonna need it. First off, don't say the S word.
What's the
What
S
Out in
else?
word?
public like this.
Superhero?
They're just runs. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't
subtlety.
say it then.
Darkness joggers. Got it.
This character now needs a hit flask. Anywho, That might be the next thing on the shopping list is finding just this little flask and tossing it into the basket. All right. You,
Jay is
Mojave,
Oh,
Yeah,
need more clothes.
I do. Oh, yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Mm-hmm. And so I am going to take Mojave to the dressing room and try and dress him up best I can.
Something other than the same ratty pair of jeans and Dane
Mhm.
shirt he's been wearing this entire time so far.
Yeah, no, it's ratty, it's gross. At least one set of at least like a button down and slacks for like official jobs. At least to look more official than a homeless cowboy.
He sort of like
And
doesn't seem to entirely see the point, but is going along with it.
uh Jason is a little bit tougher. I'm pretty sure we need to look in the kids section. But I do much the same with him. I'm kind of like, nope, Mirror, we're getting you something more than street rat clothes. Come here, and just try and lighten the mood with actually lighthearted stuff for stuff that they need.
yeah, but where's the Aries section? Or Chummer?
Aries section. Is this? This is its own like company, right? It's not owned by Aries or anything.
I'm glad you said something. When you passed under the sign, there was a very small little like TM under Malwart of a little bit of text saying recently acquired by the Horizon Group.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh.
This is their
Okay.
city.
True. Okay. That's very fair.
So unfortunately, everything in Malwart is going to be Horizon Group type products or branded.
Mm-hmm. After we get out of here, I have something else that we will definitely need to be wiping over all of these clothes.
Jay's gonna like pout a little bit. He's like, but all my tech stuff is Aries. I want my jacket to like, fit. I gotta rep the same brand,
No. Do not rep brands. What? You don't. What? You don't blast logos.
Maybe I can just like order it and get it shipped to someplace.
You go do that. Ship it not here. Or your house.
Oh yeah, bet.
And I will go ahead and continue to dress the Mojave up. I'll get like a set of regular clothes and a set of nice ones, just that way they have 3 sets of clothing instead of just the one.
Yeah, he's just sort of like tries them on more or less over the clothes he's already got, just because. He's just like, oh yeah,
That's
okay.
Dressing room. Take it off. Make sure it actually fits.
That's fine.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll go on ahead and just let them pick out whatever normal clothes they like. The dress shirt was my choice. The other ones were Mojave.
Yeah, his tastes are very much plain, unadorned t-shirts, things that are comfortable, easy to wear, and can be destroyed without guilt.
Okay. All right. Nice silk shirt. Probably going for like a just a regular old black. Then since they seem to like Actually, did Mojave have a color preference?
He does look wearing red.
Uh-huh. Do they now? All right. Okay. Appropriate, but you know what? Red silk shirt it is with some regular black slacks. And was there anything else?
Gotta
Yep,
wear
nope,
your
nope.
red.
Yeah,
Gotta wear your red shirt and brown pants.
that is a goddamn travesty. What the hell is wrong with you?
So, Mojave, while you're being dressed up, and I'll ask this, would you say that at some point you are coming out, basically walking around out of the clothing stuff in rather nice clothing? Or at least decently, what you can get on Malwart?
Um, Cloudy seems to insist on it, so yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cloudy, during this little, fashion show excursion, Mojave comes out in a red button-down shirt and black slacks. I would like you to roll me a memory test.
Scheiße. All right. Let's see. Where is my memory? There it is. 2.
Something about him is very familiar in this moment, and it takes you a minute to place it. But you swear Mojave looks so similar to someone you've worked with in the past. You don't remember their name, but you remember at that time in your life, you were still Corp, and you were working in Las Vegas. You have very just memory moment of like seeing the Luxor and the Strip, and someone who just, for some reason, Mojave immediately brings to mind this man. It's not the same dude, though. The face is off a little bit. It's not the same person, but the similarity is striking.
You said you lost your memory a couple years back, right?
I might have mentioned something along those lines, yeah.
Someone did. All right.
Why do you ask?
Might have met family sometime back in Vegas.
Huh.
Um,
Funny thought that.
all right. Maybe a cousin, maybe a brother.
See, Mojave's just
I
tensed
don't know.
right back up.
I-
He's like
I will
trying
give,
to look normal, but
I'll give one more thing to you, Cloudy, and I'll let you decide if you want to say anything about it. That
Mhm,
job
mhm.
that you were on was a bit of a joint operation between Az Technology and the local mafia.
Yep. Okay. I do not elaborate any further, because Mojave is strung like a goddamn bass guitar.
trying to play normal, but he is tense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do not elaborate further by any means, but I do go ahead and get them out of the fancy clothes and into something a bit more comfy, what they would actually like. And then that is that. I don't think we need to buy anything else here. Everything
Is
else
it
we need to talk to
med
somebody.
supplies, duct tape,
We-
snacks.
Mm-hmm. Some snacks, a flask for the road. What kind of booze do they have here? Just as a quick, just thing to check in on.
You walk through the grocery section, and in the very back of the building there is a section that is blocked off by a secondary door. And on one side of this door is, I should say, there's two doors. One side leads into, you can see frosting on the glass. It's a beer section, like a walk-in beer
Okay.
cooled section. And the other door, just right above it says liquor.
Huh.
That kind of cheapy neon font liquor store looking thing. And it's big door. It's very clearly separated from the rest of the place and has a bunch of warning signs on it.
In AR and real meat space, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's
All
covered in
right.
it.
All right. I'll go ahead and head on into the liquor section. Does it ping me or anything, or is it just being like, "Hey, you require your sin or X, Y, and Z"?
Yeah, it's literally just
Okay.
like as you walk in, you see the sign: "Sins will be scanned. You are being watched. Cameras, blah blah." Every single thing you'd see in a normal liquor store.
Yeah.
It's a
Gotcha.
small selection. There's a couple brands of whiskey, gin, some vodka, a lot of vodka. Some small.
Is
little...
there any brandy?
It's cheap brandy, but there is brandy in the back. About one or two versions. Yeah, two brands.
I'll grab one of those. It's a good one to keep in a flask.
Yeah, you keep you find one of the ones it's at least an older. It's a like little mixed kind of thing. It's probably decent.
All right.
You grab
all
that
right.
bottle up. And I assume you have no issue with your fake. Yeah, you have a fake sin, I believe.
I do. Rating 4.
There's that. It's well over their system. Their system reads it. The teenager, well, the 20-something behind the counter couldn't care less. And yes, you are allowed to purchase your brandy.
All right, and head on. Buy everything else. Probably close to like what 200, 300 new yen, give or take. I don't know.
Give or take, yeah,
How
with
much
all
is
the
that worth living?
supplies, the clothing.
This time, Mojave does not impulsively steal anything on the way out.
I was going to ask that.
Too nervous.
Much
Too nervy for that.
appreciated.
I will say though, Mojave, you are very tense as you did have to walk through the, I believe, oh god, I can't remember who said it now. The soy breeze section is what we're going to call it from now on.
I did everything in my power to not walk past it.
Yeah, no, Mojave is not even tempted by that aisle because it's not about the thing itself. It's about taking it from that guy.
Gotcha.
It was quarter square.
All right. I. You know what? On the drive back, I will ask about like more specifics about the bottles where you can kind of open it up, like actually look at them, see if I can figure out anything about them, and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe,
Mojave
like,
will show the
Mage
occasional
Bond.
the occasional bottle of stuff, but he's not giving you a full inspection of the bag. The contents are not all open to you. It is
Sure.
selectively here, the other thing.
Yeah, like I'm not sticking my hands into your bag.
Yeah.
By any means. No, absolutely fucking not. I would expect them not to come out with all of my fingers, kind of thing, in a bag like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did bottles of like powders, what might be like, I don't know, crushed up eggshell in a bottle, little jars of things, mysterious liquids.
And I'm gonna give this because of my understanding. Anyone who is magically inclined, with any sense, and I assume you're probably looking at these things in the astral plane.
I will start to look at them in the astral once we get out of the shop, and I'm being professional. I'm actually looking at these things proper.
Alright, good. Would you like to roll a sensing before I say anything, or do you want to?
You know what? Let's go for the gold. Come here, you.
Not absolutely
where
blinded
is-
by the beaconness.
Yeah, I will need to look or see past that's a 6.
Mojave's bag is full of reagents. All of these items that he has are very clearly used in magical uses. Everything's every
Huh.
little things that you wouldn't have expected, things that people would have overlooked. They have a little bit of energy left to them, a magic to them.
Odd feathers, rocks with holes in them.
So they've just been collecting their own like low impact drams, I guess. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it's probably like not that many, but it's clear like at least they can definitely maybe they've not gone like super searching, but everything in here has something to it.
All right. You have just been collecting things, haven't you?
I
All
see
right.
something shiny, I pick it up.
Something China.
Yeah.
Are you? You're always looking, aren't you?
Uh. y- Yes. I mean, I'm not walking around with my eyes closed.
I will then look at them very blatantly in the astral, just being like, seeing. Yes.
Sort of like looking around, like for some clue as to what he actually means. Just like, y- waves his hand in front of his own face, like, yes.
All right. This will be. You know what? I will let it drop for now. As we're about to, as we are driving back to the place, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You will be
I will let
driving
it drop.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mojave just bewildered, confused, no idea what he's talking about.
As you are in the car driving back, uh, Jason, the radio is. I was wanting to wait. There we go. The radio is overtaken by a news broadcast, and it goes into a detailed police report of an incident at a water treatment facility where there was a break-in, some destruction. It has been assigned as some form of terrorist attack against the city of LA due to the nature. A bulletin has been placed out for any sign of magical natures, any rogue mages seen or magic that is uncomfortable, things like that. It basically just very big statement of something big hit the water treatment plant, and whatever happened is hurting it. And of course, the very back end of that is finally the people in these locations may be low on water for a short while we repair the damage. The broadcast also ends with one more little bit of information. There is a incident requiring citizens to be very aware of Ares patrols that will be entering various neighborhoods. There is a manhunt going on, and all citizens should be aware that you will and may be stopped after the hours of midnight till dawn.
Yo,
Boy,
chummers, you hear that?
curfew.
They need
Curfew.
heroes.
No. 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 That is not what this is. This is a bad thing.
Yeah, maybe, Jay, we wanna lie low for a little while.
Oh. You don't, well, I mean, but we didn't do anything.
No,
No.
but, do you want your dad to find
You
you?
all you
Oh,
all
yeah, we should
broke
lay
into
low.
y'all broke into a facility and destroyed a whole bunch of things, right? Right? Things got busted, people got into comas.
No, we was running around the sewers.
Uh, uh, where do the sewers lead to?
Everywhere.
And a water treatment facility, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Dang.
I don't think we
They-
busted up that much stuff.
They got that backward.
But yeah, no,
I
one way or
wasn't
the
there.
other,
I don't know
Jay.
all the specifics, but yeah.
One way or the other, Jay, you know. I think we want a Lilo just in general. I mean, think of what Scales would say if we got stopped by cops.
Yeah. We gotta slither away from the cops.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You know what cops usually do when they pull you over? They check for your
Ask you
ID.
for your ID.
And guess who's
Well,
not
that's what-
driving?
I drive.
Yeah, you drive.
The person who has an ID isn't the one driving. You need one. ASAP.
Well, where do we go to buy one? You got one?
I got mine a while ago. The contact for it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'll get one of those fancy IDs. It'll be better than this, and he'll pull out the little wristband he had.
Oh, I think
I bought 2 of these, you know.
I thought
Yeah, I
you bought
remember.
one of them for Mojave.
Yeah, sure. He'll throw one to Mojave. I bought one for Mojave.
They don't.
And one for
They
me.
don't. They don't actually work.
Mojave shrugs and tucks it
You
away
were
in his
about
bag.
to shoot somebody because they didn't actually work. Why are you?
Hold
Okay.
on. I wasn't gonna shoot them. The drone was. Okay, fine.
Doesn't
you.
even actually speak any words to it. It is just like really.
Yeah,
Really?
just both of our pairs of eyes just go and just look at Jay in the rearview mirror or whatever. Just that unspoken disappointed eye contact.
Yeah.
If there is anything else you guys would like to talk about, you may. Although if you'd like to forward, you will pull up to the abandoned Italian restaurant that you left your 2 other companions at. At this time, you can decide whether you'd like to step into this place again. If anyone would like to stay in the car, that is up to you.
I have my newly acquired flask, and now that the car is stopped, I'll just topper, pour it on in, fill it up, stick in my inner pocket, and walk on inside, slipping
Mojave's
my helmet back on.
slides back down, slouched on the seat, just kind of like, nah, I'm not here. I'm not going back in there.
Jason will go in.
Jason and Cloudy, as you enter into this building, at first, you notice only that in a small area in the corner, there are signs of someone that was stabbed or dragged, as there is blood on the floor being pulled into the back room. Upon approaching the back room, you find T-103 and Morningstar cleaning themselves off in the sink. There is blood in almost everywhere in this kitchen. There are multiple bodies of the individuals. The damage done to them is almost impossible to fully tell, given how much viscera is covering them. You are not sure exactly.
I am not getting a closer look.
You're not sure
That's for
exactly
damn sure.
how long it took for any of these men to die, but you're fairly certain it was not a short or quick death. Morningstar and T103, you both may decide what you are doing at this moment, but we are moving forward with the idea that you have finished your crusade against these individuals and have accomplished whatever it is you wish to have done. If you'd like to describe what you have, not what you have done, but you know what I mean.
Morningstar is just washing her hands clean. You can see that she is, wearing her outfit or whatever, but it seems that she's kind of wiped it as best she can. Obvious stains everywhere. But otherwise her hands and her face have been cleaned. And so she dries her hands off and she looks to T and says, should we leave the bodies here? Or do you have a means of disposing them?
T's very dark clothing makes the blood less of an issue. He has dabbed the bulk off, but the remainder doesn't show up very well. He is currently washing his hands with 2 pumps of soap, one for each hand, as is proper. I don't mind leaving them here. Sends a message. That's what this was.
Understood. And, out of game really quick. When we were doing our thing, are there any obvious signs of T filming?
I don't know. Because you have AR vision and I don't. So
Yes.
maybe?
So, I can
Okay.
give this. While in AR, there are. You can witness whether an icon is running a program. You may not be able to tell what it is, but it is able to. You are able to tell if an icon is doing something actively. So I would say it is not too difficult to think that the recording software that his head includes, you would probably be able to tell that's what he is doing. So I will say that during that, given the way T was mixture of acting, staring at somebody very intently and the icon activating, then yes, you're fairly certain you know that T was filming during this event.
T, I am not questioning whether you are good at what you do, but whatever you may have captured, would you allow me to go through it and just make sure there is no images of me?
Second set of eyes could never hurt.
Wonderful, thank you. I will do that then. And for a moment, she kind of just stands up very straight, and you see her mismatched eyes, the pupils themselves sort of like open and close, almost like a focusing of a camera. And really what she's doing is she is finding that file on him and she's just going to run a program that essentially edits her out should there be any sign of her within it.
Yeah, I'll fully allow that. What I will need from you is I would like a computer roll.
Okay. Computer, where are you? There you are. Is that 2?
Okay. And once you've gone through this footage, do you know what you would like to do with it?
Once I've gone through and I've edited myself out, I will put it right back where I found it on his drive, so to speak. I don't. I trust T to do whatever he is going to do with it. If anything, while I'm editing it through, I actually will ask T, is there anything you would like me to add to this?
Well, the point of the recording is a message. If you traffic children, this is a very real thing that can happen to you. So, after you clean it up, if you want to make sure it gets out there securely, safely, non traceable, that would be of great importance.
I will take care of it. And then she actually will take the file rather than giving it back, and will see that Jay and Cloud have walked in, give them a head nod, and walk out. And she's just going to pull up a chair out in sort of that main area of the restaurant, sit down, and she would be getting to work, essentially finding the most secure and untraceable way to send it out into the net to be seen. Probably specifically looking for essentially this world's like deep dark web, and she would send it out through there first and then just sort of allow it to naturally multiply and be shared.
Yeah, you're going to send it to the second page of Google, and it's going to find its way to Lively.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know of the dark places on the internet where videos and BTLs like this are easily shifted around where they really shouldn't be, and goodness knows this thing is going to get taken so fast it's not even funny. This is just basically free material, so
yeah. I would also like to do a side search, if I may. I
sure.
don't know what I would have to roll for that, but the
Matrix
side
search is computer.
Okay, so I'll roll that. And then... Okay, so that's a 4. So what I'm looking for is traces of tea from essentially... Because Jay has mentioned kind of like how long they've sort of been together, and she's trying to find things about tea from before then. But I don't know how that looks for this, but that's essentially what she's looking for.
4 is pretty damn good. You are already on the darker sides of the internet where you are uploading these kinds of BTLs, and you're going to find that there's a large black market for these kind of dark BTLs. It would not be difficult to find older ones or older material. It is difficult, but eventually you are able to find a series called The Black Hand. And this is a series of BTLs that are brutal attacks. The Black Hand being the main character that if you were to be in this BTL, you would take that place. It would play out as if you were in that point of view.
Understood.
There's also a side series of the victims of said Black Hand. The side series with the victims, the individual is darkened as if he is nothing but shadow, but in the ones where you are in position, you can see the hand of this individual, and it is almost unmistakable for that classic black metal, the red lining that is T's armor. And this is a very long series over a very long period of time. And I mean almost 15 years of time. The individual in these videos ages a lot, and you can tell that when these first started, this was a much younger T. A much, much younger T.
Okay. And in these videos, am I able to see if there are others around him, like especially in the ones where he's very young, people maybe that he was running with, or for lack of a better word, like a master of some kind that are in these videos? Or is it very specifically just like T doing the thing
It's
and he's by
it
himself?
is very easy to tell. The people who made these are Halloweeners. They are very much related to the Halloweeners gang. There is symbology all over them. They are literally marketed as such. Finding a if you want to do me one more Matrix search specifically for these
Okay.
videos, is information I can give you. But
Okay.
you're doing a real deep dive into these.
Yeah, I got a 3.
With the deep dive into these videos, eventually you'll go back all the way to when he was younger, very young, some of the very first Black Hand Sims. And there is a start of one where they let him out of a cage. And you can see on the cage, there is a symbol on that cage.
Okay.
It is a symbol. Oh, yes.
Mhm. I was going to ask you what the symbol is. So
It appears to be some kind of bat-like symbol, but the
Okay.
center point is of a woman. Like a female form with these bat wings that extend out to either side.
Okay.
The name's Tiger on the envelope.
One moment.
Of course.
Right. Okay. So as she sort of like is processing all this information, kind of have been running through clips of this sim to find out all this information. I think her jaw clenches and she feels angry for T that he was put in that situation, especially to see him so young and have been kept in a cage. I think she sits there for a moment, just processing all of that. I guess until everybody comes out again, she's just kind of a little stuck right now.
T is going to leave the kitchen, but he's going to do so with a small stepping path he has made with clean dish rags so that he does not get blood on the bottom of his boots.
Very good.
How did the shopping trip go?
Mojave got some new clothes. We restocked the restocked the med kit. I may have recognized his family in a past job I did, so that's fun. That's fun. But when he put on some nice business attire, I might know some of Mojave's family.
Oh,
But that's a story for another day. Do we have any leads?
Can I hear their are they out of the kitchen?
T has left the kitchen, and
Yeah.
T left first, and you were
Okay.
doing a deep dive. I'm going to say right now you are in the middle of that deep dive. So Jason, Cloud, and T can have a conversation that will probably last up until the point that Morningstar comes back.
Okay.
the one good lead we have is the burger place. We got the address to. I imagine we will be connecting dots for a little while doing it this way, but maybe we'll find some corkboard with strings on it at the next place. Or maybe Scales will find something.
True.
Hey, at
Alright.
least we got something. That's good.
Yeah, I could do this all night long.
We can't.
Fair.
Oh, right, the lay low thing.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, after some big stunt, they are enforcing some kind of curfew, martial law. If push really comes to shove, I could cover us up.
So we need to go home.
What
Or
time
do we
is
need
it?
to be home already?
What time is it, Softy?
I'm gonna go. It's maybe only 9:30 at night.
We got a couple hours before we need to not be seen on the roads.
Not enough time to do a good job at Augie's Burger Palace. So we go home.
Like I mentioned before, it's not just one person I can make invisible at a time.
I'm fine with that.
You guys would see at a table, Morningstar is seated, English, and her eyes are kind of like flickering, and you can see her hand, like her fingers, like twitching, very similar to like if you were to hold a mouse and you're like scrolling through the little wheel in the middle, and you can see her doing that. Then she pauses, and I think that there's like
Mommy,
moments.
Captain Cute.
Thank
Captain
you.
Cute.
Hold on, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Mommy.
Okay, thank you. I need you to go over there, baby. Um,
The internet is distracting. Catatonia is real.
there's moments in her face where her features like tighten up a little bit. Then she relaxes. The scroll movement happens again, and then gets to a point where her whole body tenses, and you see like a tear fall from her face. And then I'll say that that's about when she comes out of it. If you'll allow, Softy.
I will state right now, because I think I want to make this clear to the audience as well, as Shadowrun is one of those games that not everyone has played. I'm gonna say, with the speed at which you wish to be doing this, you are definitely fully in the Matrix, which means you are hot simmed in. And what that means is that your body would be in catatonic state. You would be honked out, basically. But I have always enjoyed the concept that your body does still react in ways. So this is your catatonia. So you have no actual ability to hear, see, or do anything in the real world. But I'm not going to have you slam your head into the fucking ground. You just sort of tense and sit there. We're going to say your snake tail keeps you upright.
Balancing like a
Yes.
kangaroo.
That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute.
Yeah. And so when I come out of it, then I think she'll like gasp, a little bit, like nothing crazy loud or dramatic, but just a little like, and blink a few times, and she'll look at the group, blink and rapidly, and then she'll look at T, and there's still like a bit of tears on her face. And then like her lips kind of like thin out to just a thin line, to when she goes, right, are we ready to go?
Well, Cloud, like, it's super cool being able to turn people invisible, but if we gotta drive anywhere, my van doesn't go very. I'm sure the police would pull us over.
What is going on?
The curfew.
The curfew. But like I said, it's not just people.
You can turn.
But if
over
there are a lot of
invisible.
other cars on the road, we don't want to go turning your entire tank invisible.
That would be so cool.
Did you hear this on news?
Mm-hmm.
The curfew, I mean.
Yes.
Was there any other details?
It was set in place after something at a water treatment facility.
Her brow goes up a little bit, and she like looks at T and J, because they were near the water treatment plant.
Hmm.
And it says, right. Well, I have a list I've already sent to Starry Eyes, so she has information. I don't believe we have deadline on this. Of course, sooner rather than later will be best. But if there is curfew, perhaps it'd be safer for us to go home and formulate a plan. From there, we'll be able to at least find a route that is less populated. So if we need to
Alright.
go invisible, it won't be too dramatic. How is Mojave?
Could be better.
Right.
I may or may not know, or have met one of his family members at some point in the past on an old job.
Oh. Okay. Well, whoever Mojave was in his past, it doesn't matter. He is who he is now. And now he is my friend, so...
Yeah, we all have our past.
Mojave is an interesting place of lucid enough to know better, but not lucid enough to care. That seems to work for him.
Right. Okay, well, let's go. I'm sure at some point someone will come calling to this place. And she'll get up and walk to the van. And, step in.
Alright.
Mojave?
Mojave is still sort of slumped in the seat, not visible from the window. But when he hears them enter, without opening his eyes, he sort of waves and gives a thumbs up.
Morningstar will sit next to them, but won't say anything further. Because doesn't know what to say. But will sort of just be there in case they need.
Yeah, as the others file into the car, he will pick himself back up and sit on the seat properly, but he is very carefully avoiding looking at either T or Scales at this point.
That's rough. Yeah. Morningstar, of course, will notice, but just won't say anything. And because now it's not just, I don't know what to say, but what could I say? None of it would make Mojave feel better. So, yeah.
Go ahead and pull my flask back out, take a sip of the brandy, and basically pass it around the car to everyone but Jason.
Yeah, because Jay is driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, bro, why you stiffing me like that?
I look at your tiny 5-foot self, look back at the booze. Does this car even have a wheel, or is it just full rigor interface?
It's a fully good interface.
Yeah, so none of us could even possibly drive this thing. And I'm looking back and I'm not getting us stranded because you can't handle your booze. I pass it around to everybody else.
Yeah, I think originally it probably did have a wheel, but when I was doing some modifications to it, the wheels just takes up too much space.
Yeah, I think when the flask gets to her, she takes a long drink.
Mojave
And I
likewise.
imagine. Yeah, and I think on her face is a bit like a haunted expression, and it's not because of what she just did with T, but because of what she's seen of T's past, um, and has no idea how to express that. And she's like, "I think this is what people do when they're distressed," and so she just chugs it back a bit and then hands it to Mojave.
Yeah, he similarly takes a nice solid swig, passes it along.
T'll take a hit. He'll take a hit for Jay. Then he'll pass it back to Cloudy. And in an attempt to comfort Jay, hey, the game's on tonight. We'll do shots back at the house.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mojave.
Oh dear. Okay. Hi.
I'm really sorry.
No.
Man's
For your notes, it was drinking. For your notes, it was brandy.
Seriously?
Roll.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Roll memory.
Wait a minute. Let me find my pen. Okay, got my pen
The
rolling.
one thing I pick. The one thing I actually got.
It's so funny
How?
because before it was me causing all the memories, but now it's you, buddy.
It's great. It's great. Mess me up, storyteller.
Yeah, that's enough. Mojave, as you take this long swig of brandy, you get one of your flashes of memory. You find yourself sat in a bar. Is smoke in the air. You have a cigar sat in front of you in an ashtray. You're sipping on a neat glass of brandy. And someone comes in and sits next to you. And voices are muffled around you. You feel lightheaded. This memory does appear to be from when you were drunk. Or at least that's what you can assume. This is one of the first memories with the drunkenness in it, the fuzziness of it. You realize that the world looks different here in your memories. The world looks more like when you sober yourself. When you pull yourself away from the astral, the world looks more like this. Although even more dull compared to your normal sight. Like you're missing something you have now. The person who sits next to you pats a hand on your back, and you hear a voice similar to your own, but deeper. Hey, it's alright, buddy. We'll get him next time. You turn your head to this individual, and you are face to face with your own. Whoever this person is, they look identical to you. Their eyes are more brown than your more weirdly vibrant orange, but the faces, the skin tone, the hair, everything. And you come back out of it.
Rather than like as soon as the memory hits, Mojave actually like spills a little bit of the drink as he's like passing it along. There's a very visible shudder. He like I just dropped my pen and threw my headset off my face in real life. There's a visible shudder as he sort of like curls into himself.
I think Mojave like instantly puts a hand on his arm and just kind of leans forward to try to like make eye contact and say, "Are you all right?"
His eyes are flitting back and forth, like almost in a panic, unable to look at her face for more than an instant. Remember how I said before I don't remember anything of my life before I woke up in the desert 2 years ago?
Yes.
That's mostly true.
Is it coming back? Your memories?
He nods, panicked, clearly a little bit breathless. Flashes. I've been get flashes sometimes, bits and pieces of memory, but they're not nice memories. He I don't think he was a very nice person, the man who wore my face before I was me. I think he hurt people. A lot of people. People who probably didn't deserve it.
I see. Well, she grabs both of his hands and kind of just holds them together, and then like forces him to look at her. She kind of like takes up all of his vision space with her weird like snake body in the car, and looks at him and says, "It doesn't matter who you were then. That's not who you are now.
But
You heal now."
But what if I remember too much one day? What if I go away and he comes back? What if I don't know.
I will not let that happen. You will remain you.
Are you sure?
I promise. I will make sure.
He nods but doesn't seem convinced.
She knows that that's kind of a hard sell, especially if he's had something like that's jarred him so much. But she let go of his hands and she leans back in her seat. Yeah, just kind of like there next to Mojave if they need to talk more, but again, knows that there's really nothing she can say that will make him feel better right now. So I think for the remainder of the ride, she just kind of chills out there with him.
Yeah, he's tense, quiet, wringing his hands, doing those little like self-soothing fidgets, trying to get a hold of himself. And at least by the time they get there, he's got his breathing back under control. He's managed to relax a little bit, but the vague grin he normally wears is still very much absent.
May I request, where are you all currently going? Are you going back to the condo?
Yeah, I think so.
I was going to offer to not go there if I wasn't welcome, since we did literally meet like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay. These two
Kind
spent
of
the
back to
night
my place, but
after just about as much time.
I mean, we have people crash over at our place all the time.
We stay there, so to be honest, I think it is probably better that we all stay together. Just
Nod,
do
given
you
the
nod,
situation.
have an extra parking pass? Go ahead and bring my
yeah.
car here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you can have permanent visitor parking because most of those people have multiple cars.
Sure.
Yeah, plus, like, he doesn't really use his spot anyway.
True, your
Do
car
you
is too
think-
big. You actually have to park in visitor parking because your car is literally too large.
I have a little subcompact. It'll fit in just fine.
So drop
All right,
Cloudburst
then.
off at
So-
his car, and then the whole team with the cars in tow will head back to Orchid Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
as we're driving back, Jay would say, Yeah, Mojave. Like we all got our past. You work through what you gotta work through, but we're your buddies, friends forever. That's why we're the heroes. We're the good guys.
He nods, sort of chuckles a little bit, though the smile doesn't quite reach his eyes. Yeah, Jay. Heroes.
And everyone loves a good redemption arc.
What are you talking about, Jay? Come on.
Never mind, guys. I'm just gonna drive, okay?
Let's get some
Morningstar
drinks.
giggles. Morningstar giggles, and I think the whole ride back, she actually is like she holds Mojave's hand, like first, like support a sort of silent "I'm here."
He still isn't, like, able to look at her face, really, but he does squeeze her hand.
Well, I will allow all of us to move that little thought forward. You all together make it back to J&T's apartment, and once you're in, there's another guest room. This is a very large condominium. The last guest room is up on an even taller loft space, a little more open than the other two, but still a pretty comfortable place to sleep and rest. Cloudy, it's actually comes one of the nicer beds you've ever really been in since leaving Corp.
That's fair.
As you all have gotten in, before any form of sleeping or going or even getting ready to go, as T had said earlier, the game was on, and he did promise Jay to take shots when they got home. You all have settled in, grabbed your liquor, sat down with the game on, and started pouring your shots. And before you can pour them, the game is interrupted by a little bit of news.
Breaking announcement.
Aw,
God
And
damn it.
flag it.
this sort of entertainment-esque news, very TMZ-esque show comes on and starts speaking of a top-ranked Ares official who has come into town on official business. Supposedly Ares and Horizon Group are having a meetup. Who knows what's happening?
Who?
And
Horizon and Ares? What is that? Is that what I heard?
Yes, Horizon and Ares are having some form of meetup. Is unsure of what. There is also apparently talk of someone from As Technology has also been sighted in the city. What do these three megacorps have with each other? What is going on?
that's
Morningstar's
not good,
eyes
right?
go. Morningstar's eyes go big as saucers, just fucking huge, and she looks at Jay in panic. And then looks at the rest of them like, what? No, Jay, I do not think that is good. They do not normally link up in this way, do they?
No.
And Cloud, you know
No,
one
they
thing.
don't.
If the corps were to intermingle or have conversations, there's no fucking way some TMZ style show is gonna find out about it without all of the corps meaning for everyone to find out about it.
Yeah.
Or one of them
Yeah,
leaking
no, like-
information.
Mm-hmm. Either this is some kind of weird publicity stunt, or they got someone leaking files and info.
And it should be known. It should be known for everyone here. The Horizon Group is the entertainment megacorp. They run all of Hollywood and most TV.
Okay.
Like they're probably the ones that own the station.
Yes.
Yeah.
They probably own this show.
That is-
Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like as technology is doing like some shit in the city, so Horizon Corp let slip that they're doing some sort of meeting with Ares to maybe try to scare Aztec or something like that. I don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it would be what role it would be, but I would immediately drop into AR and start trying to find out as much information about this as possible, even if it's a matter of going, like, finding out as technology side of it. Like, I'm trying to find out what's going on.
I would allow you to roll either your rumors knowledge skill to search your the rumor sites. I would let you do basic matrix search, which is computer. That is up to you which one you want to try to go to. Both will give you different kinds of information, and I will let you I will let you do both of them, but it's up to you which one you do first.
Okay, I'm gonna drop immediately into local rumors. The rumor mill has a lot of information. That's a 6.
The local rumor
And then
sites are ablaze. You roll your computer as well. We can add this in together.
Okay. That's a 1.
Goodness knows, Google has no fucking clue what's going on. Your local rumor sites, though, are losing their minds. Absolutely losing their minds over this. And in parsing through and tearing through this information, you eventually finally find something coherent. Apparently, you find what actually happened at the water treatment plant. It was not you all. It was what you fought. Turns out, those big pumps that you passed on your way out, that the blood spirit had been guarding, basically, were connected directly to the water treatment plant, and it had used the plant to get down into the sewers much faster. And had tore through everything. Given that it is a blood spirit, supposedly, with that found out, as technology got blamed by the owner of the water treatment plant, i.e. Horizon, the city of LA, and in response to this, the truth is that Ares was called in to assist in security forces, as Horizon seems to be under the impression that as technology is attempting to take the city somehow.
Okay. So Horizon blamed as technology, and then Ares was called in as security.
Yes, it's unsure exactly why they specifically went to Ares, other than, of course, the Knights Errant exist. Most of the rumors are maybe it's an old deal, maybe it's just because Ares would be the best at it. Unsure. But all they know is that Horizon is trying to pit Ares v Aztec.
Okay. So I come out of the AR and I immediately start downloading everyone on this information. Apparently it is not us that they are looking for. Rather, the thing we fought, the blood spirit, it used the water pumps to travel faster throughout. I guess Horizon caught wind, and they assumed that as technology was trying to take over the city, and they called Ares as a sort of security. Some think that maybe there was an old deal involved. Others think Ares just might be the best at dealing with such a situation. That's why they were called in. It's kind of all over the place right now. But that's the most coherent information.
Chumma, I called it. That's basically what I said, right?
I mean,
Kinda.
Sort of.
T, I need a shot.
Speaking of T, he used the news to go get changed. He is in his swim trunks.
Oh,
For Cloudy's reference, past the living room is a deck with an infinity pool and a hot tub, and from the hot tub you can see
Jesus
the big
Christ.
screen TV just fine. So he'll very gently high five Jason as he passes through with his beer cooler. Hey, Ares security. That's great. They're fucking useless, by the way.
Okay.
Right.
A 6 was way over what you needed. I'm gonna slide you some little extra bits. Just for you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
for that 6.
Thank you. Yeah.
In the very base, the bare of the rumor mill,
Mm-hmm.
you read a name. You do not recognize it.
Okay.
It is Zodiac with an X. You do not know what
I
this
see.
name means, but it keeps popping up. And
Okay.
it's reading it as you watch it in the rumor mill. You see it 1 second and then it is gone. You see it 4 or 5 times happen this way, where it appears in the rumor mill and that rumor mill disappears.
I see.
You
So
realize
the
you are
minute that the
very
name
lucky that you
Zodiac
saw
pops
it.
Right. So as soon as Zodiac pops up, the site itself goes down, or just the
Just
whatever
that thread
message
specifically. That thread just seems to disappear.
Okay.
The minute someone brings it up,
Okay.
and people bring it up multiple times, and eventually it's just you don't see it anymore. Like it just stops being
Okay.
posted.
So for a moment, Morningstar is very tempted to do essentially a deep dive on what Zodiac is, but rather than that, if there's someone who's actively watching the net and is deleting it, she doesn't think it's exactly safe right now. So she pulls out of AR, and had download that information to everyone, and then says, "Does anyone know the name Zodiac with an X? Does it sound familiar?"
I'm
No.
going to tell right now, there is no role for this. There is no possible way anyone in this room knows what it is.
Oh shit. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's funny they would
okay,
call in
okay.
the Knight Errant. They're fucking useless.
What do
The
you mean?
drones are good though, T.
What do
Yeah,
you
but the
mean
drone
that they are
operators are
useless?
garbage. Oh yeah, Knights Errant watched people get slaughtered for 3 days during the Blitz curbside before shift captains got written warnings. Then they stepped in.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
see.
shitty.
So they are slow to respond.
They'll just watch you
That
get
sounds very
killed
good.
until they're told to
Oh.
stop it. Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you'll die at their feet while they're having their cigarette break, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Right. Well, that's not going to be useful in anything. Okay. Okay, so when I was looking for information on this situation and that name kept popping up, every time it would pop up in a comment or in a thread, the thread was deleted. Someone is actively watching the net for it. I don't think it is safe for me to search further on it, at least right now, but it is definitely something that I will need to do. They are watching closely this interaction that's happening. So positive news, they're not exactly looking for us. But as we did have contact with Blood Spirit, I really hope no one dropped a wallet or anything like that in the sewers. Jay,
Scale, what's
your
up?
father,
Yeah.
would he be someone who would make a personal visit to the city with you?
I don't know. I mean, if it's just like corporate head to corporate head, nah. But if they want to involve a conversation with like the head engineer, probably.
Mhm. Well, considering it is water treatment plant that has been affected, they might call an engineer, so
Oh,
we are going to have to definitely make it a priority of getting you a new ID.
yeah.
Because
Maybe
Yeah.
they want to not only fix the water plant, but add in some like, drones or security
Mhm.
turrets or something. Maybe something that can shoot
Absolutely.
magic.
Okay. Right, so things for us to know, right? Shit. And you can see she's definitely like super panicked because as technology is in the building, not in this building literally, but you know, in the city.
Yeah.
And it worries her immensely. So she's like, her leg is going, you know, we're just bobbing up and down.
Scales.
Yes.
From the hot tub, he will waggle a beer at her. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, just on the side, Mojave has not really been paying too much attention to the news or the conversation. He's just low-key drowning his sorrows.
Yeah, I think that she like gets up and she does grab the beer and she's standing there for a minute and she's just like, you know, panic eyes. But then she like immediately chugs it down and you will all realize very quickly that she has no trouble chugging down the entire bottle in one go. And then like puts it down and just kind of stands there not sure what to do with herself.
Enjoy it,
Just like-
Scales.
What? Oh, that's right.
Have a sip
I'm
it.
sorry. That's how people do that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to get in hot tub as well and have another and sip. Like a normal person. That's what I'm going to do.
Please.
And you see that she like begins taking off her clothing and it's just snake body basically with arms and legs. So scales and all that stuff. You guys are able to see that there's a bunch of clearly like surgical scars all over her body. A lot on her back. And on her stomach area, like lower stomach area, and there's like very thin. It's metal, but it's so very thin on her spine, and it kind of little thin arms of it kind of leach out. But that's on her back as well, and she's like all lean muscle, and then she slides into the hot tub and like her tail kind of like comes up and just starts bobbing on the surface, but she's like super unconscious of it. And she'll grab another beer and then just like slowly sip at it, kind of lost in thought. Then she'll look at T and she'll say, T, I think I know what is in there.
He's
I'm
got
sorry.
like he's got like a beer in one hand, a cigar in the other. I'm trying to relax, Scales. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
You
That is what we're
understand?
supposed to be doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
one of
I'm
these?
just, you know.
You want a cigar?
And what is that? What is
Huh?
it? Cigar.
All
What
right.
is that?
Oh, okay. Well, it's tobacco.
Tobacco. Oh yes, plant. And then she like says the actual like scientific name for tobacco.
Yeah. Except this is not the kind that you inhale. You pull the smoke into your mouth. You enjoy the flavor.
Oh,
You let it go. If you breathe this in, it will fuck you up, Scales. Don't do it.
okay, I will try best.
He's just
like-
trying to
like
get
this?
this. He's trying to help fucking Scales relax. Gets her a cigar, gets her a beer. He's like, please stop talking about the back of my head.
Fair,
like,
fair.
like here.
Yeah.
Mojave has finally started to relax, drink in hand, but he makes himself scarce in time to not have to smell the cigar smoke. He doesn't want to trigger any more memories.
Sure.
Well,
fuck.
we're outside, so I don't think.
Yeah,
we'll
he's
actually-
making sure he is
Yeah.
not downwind to y'all.
There. You drink the
No
beer
fair.
slow.
He's making himself scarce.
You drink the beer slow. You hold the smoke.
Mm.
It's about the flavors, not the consumption. Don't rush it.
Oh,
Relax.
okay. And so she does. She tries to do as he said, kind of trying to like mimic his position as well. And I think
Yeah.
eventually her body and everything does relax and she just kind of if the game is back on, she's watching the game. Not that she understands what's happening, but she's trying to understand what's happening.
Sports ball.
Probably every
Yeah, good old sports ball.
yeah, probably every so
That's a
yeah,
what-
probably
oh.
every so often asking some questions to T, like, okay, but who are we rooting for? Which is the one that will win? Questions like that.
God
But yeah,
help us.
eventually does relax.
UCLA, even though they fucking suck right now.
They suck. Why do they suck? Why are they bad? What is
Yeah.
wrong with them?
Ooh. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
watch.
okay, we're relaxing. Okay,
Yeah,
yes. And she'll continue to watch.
And then he's
And I
very
think
passive
much like,
unless someone's
Oh.
fucking up his game. Then he's like, "You motherfucker!" Like he loses it a little bit. He's like, "That's a shit call."
yeah. I think whenever she sees him get like up in arms, she like kind of is watching him and is very much like kind of reacting with him. But not verbally, just like in the body. It's very much like a little kid watching football with their dad. And the little kid doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but it's like whenever the dad yells, they're like, "Yeah, catch the ball," or whatever, So that's what's happening.
Jay will run off and change into his swimming clothes too, but he'll dip in the hot tub, and he'll be sitting in there and like with his bottom set of arms, be kind of like holding himself up, and then with his top set of arms, he'll be like sipping a drink and like snacking on something as he watches the game.
Yeah.
Of all the various things I had stashed in my car, swim trunks was not one of them. He'll go ahead. Like I'm assuming there are like some pool chairs or something out and about.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. I'll stick in some of my regular business casual. Get on some of the little chairs and just continue sipping on what you got, T. What you got?
Cloudy. You're not shy, are you? You never bare-assed in a hot tub before?
I am.
I have, but with
Look, she's
different
fucking
kind of company. What?
she's fucking naked, bro. What are you doing?
It is just body, no big deal.
Yeah. Don't make it weird.
Unless you're uncomfortable, and I'm sure T or J have extra pair of pants you can wear.
Yeah.
Although you might
I
not
mean,
fit.
T and I both have extra. Because depends. Like, do you want to wear the swimming trunks like around you, or do you want the swimming trunks that fit like a speedo? Your choice, bro. Or chummer.
Oh, nice.
You know what? This is going for a little bit of a show. I'll go ahead, grab miscellaneous drink number 3, take a shot of that, and do a little bit of a strip before getting into the tub myself.
Word. We're bonding.
Once he is in the tub, he will receive, if he wishes, a cigar and or a beer, both of which are not top shelf, but they're better than we're not impoverished. We're in a condo.
Yeah.
True. I'll take a bit of both. Cigars usually aren't his style, but you know what? Exceptions can be made.
When in Rome.
Nice.
When in Rome.
I think we fully smoked Mojave out of the condo.
Yeah, no, Mojave, like he they're all busy, and while they're busy, he probably steals another drink and then slips back off to the room he's been staying in to just sort of curl up in the dark and be by himself for a little while.
Oh, Mojave.
My boy.
He's having a time.
God.
Yeah, I think after some time, has passed, I think Morningstar will kind of notice that Mojave still hasn't come back and joined us. So she'll sort of while they're all engaged in either conversation or the TV, she'll get up, And she'll just walk to Mojave's room. Is the door open or closed?
Closed.
She'll give a gentle knock and, just call out, Mojave,
Yeah. Like half muffled.
can I come in?
Yeah, sure. Kind of a muffled noises of moving around.
She'll
goes and
open
opens
the
the door.
door. Yeah. She'll come in and then she'll kind of like nudge it closed behind her, and say, "You're not doing well, are you?"
Rugs and gives an attempt at a breezy smile, though it's very clearly an attempt.
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know what there is to say.
Well, what are the memories you're having?
Not good. Not good, Scales. Hurt people.
Well, the positive
people.
of it is that you feel bad about it.
I do now, yeah, but that's the thing. That's one of the things that really gets me, is back then I didn't seem to.
Well, you don't really know, do you? Maybe you did feel bad about it. Maybe you were trying to survive.
Maybe.
There's all kinds of reasons for why you may have done what you've done. But the important part is that now you see those things and you do feel bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're still you.
I am now. But I don't want to be that guy again.
I don't think you will be. You have good heart. Kindness in the eyes.
Maybe.
I am not good at many things, but one thing I am good at is being able to read when someone is actually bad. You are not a bad person, Mojave.
Not sure I know what that means. Be a bad person. A good person.
Well, bad person does not have empathy, I guess. Does not try to do things for good. Does not try to help anyone. But you have spent the last 2 years becoming doctor and trying to heal people who cannot be healed by regular doctor. People who cannot afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I would say that is good, right?
I killed people back then.
Hmm.
I don't remember much, but I do remember that.
I've killed people too. I mean, I think almost everybody in our group has killed a person or two. We all have our reasons.
But it's scary not to know what those reasons were.
Yes, that is terrifying. I meant it when I said I would not let you be who you were.
Good.
If you ever feel what is word, I don't know, as if maybe you are slipping, tell me. I will help bring you back.
He still seems rather unconvinced, but he does nod and okay. I'll try to do that.
Okay. do you want to go in pool?
Nah, I think I'll stay here for a little while, get some rest. Y'all have fun.
Okay. And she like hesitates for a moment, and you can see like on her face she's sort of working through something before she kind of like in this halting way giving you the chance to tell her no. But she will lean in to give Mojave a hug. A big old scaly hug because she doesn't have any clothes on, but she'll like, a hug.
Slightly
him.
damp, slightly clammy.
Yeah. Okay, weird scaly business going on. But she'll hug him. And
Yeah,
then she'll let go.
Definitely stiffens up, surprised, but he does not resist and sort of makes the gesture to return the gesture.
Yeah, and then I think she'll get up and she'll leave and she'll return back to where everybody's hanging out, and she'll get back in the hot tub, continue drinking with them.
Mojave does stay by himself in his room for a while yet, but he's getting a hold of himself. He's working through some stuff. He's working through it.
And with, as long as everyone's alright with it, with everyone in the hot tub or in the room, I am gonna call a break right now, and when we come back, we will probably start a new dawn, a new day with everybody. And we are back. Where we last left off before our lovely break, the hot tub party had been good. The game, UCLA won, by the way. It is the next morning, afternoon kind of thing. Time's a little bit fuzzy. You all may wake up whenever you wish. Everyone is waking up at their own pace. How are you going to handle this morning?
I think Jay would have woken up pretty early. He would have tinkered with his with some of his various drones around the house, making sure everything's up and running well. Then he would have done his morning routine, and he would be down, sort of in the kitchen with his apron on, like making some soy cakes or some shit like.
Mojave
They're
is
still pancakes. They're just soy pancakes.
Mojave is up earlier than normal, but seems to be more or less back to his usual self. The vacant grin has returned. The slightly unsteady gait is right back, and he wanders on down to the kitchen to scrounge up some breakfast.
Yo, Mojave, you want some flapjacks?
Yo, yes, please.
He'll be flipping He'll be flipping some pancakes while he's stacking up another pancake, and then his other arm's like putting some butter and syrup on it.
I'll be just watching the show.
I probably would have gotten up decently early. Old habits die hard. Would have gotten into the shower, maybe 5 minutes, but then kind of lounged around for a bit, kind of getting the vibe until food is smelled. He puts on the same clothes, like his same work clothes that he was out in last night. Didn't really have anything too comfy.
For the first time, Mojave's wearing the new clothes. Still his battered jacket, but his clothes are actually clean and new.
Excited. All right.
Yeah, I think Morningstar would wake up probably what is like still early for like everyone else, but like late for her, because she's usually up at like the crack of dawn, or crack of the evening. I don't know what time we're at right now, but Morningstar would be in the gym working out, fucking death metal playing on the speakers. That's way too loud, but she doesn't think anyone else will mind. So she'll be working out in there.
T is also blowing his legs and core out while listening to things, but he's got headphones in so he can listen to his music.
And I think I imagine there's like a bag hanging from the ceiling, and she's probably like kicking and punching at the bag for a bit, trying to get form right so that she can be lethal when the time comes. And then when she's done, she'll take like a really quick shower, and she'll come down to the kitchen and she'll start making a soy protein shake for herself and for tea. Kind of look to the others. Good morning.
Hobby waves.
Yo, Chumma, I'm making flapjacks. You want some?
Yes. What are flapjacks? What is this? And she'll like peek over his shoulder.
You just see Jay like flipping pancakes in the pan, and then like he's stacking another stack like off to the side as he's like flipping it here, using this arm, flipping it over there, just going at it with his forearms.
Mojave is watching him cook like this, eyes wide as though he's watching like a stage show.
When he goes out, he hides the other two arms, but when he's in his house, he's letting them fly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I imagine that she is very fascinated by this like practice of making breakfast and it not being some like intravenous given nutrients. So she's very excited about this, but it's like, what these flapjacks? What is these? And she'll like pick one up and is like looking at it, inspecting it. Is this normal? Do you eat this? What is
Not
it?
like that.
I mean, you can. There's no
I-
laws about eating your flapjacks like that.
Does T have any like fruits or like fruit juice in his like socked up?
Jason might, but not T. I don't think.
Maybe we probably have some like soy butter and soy syrup, and maybe some sort of like synth soy strawberries or something like that.
I was gonna say, Softy, is my lifestyle high enough for real fruit juice?
It doesn't necessarily need to be real fruit juice or even necessarily the real legit shit, but just enough for like the approximation of it.
I think we could have
You got that good approximation shit.
Fruit flavored juice.
Okay.
Pretty close. You can barely tell that the pulp is maybe not orange pulp.
But point was, I would go around and actually plate the damn things, like a cup of orange juice, maybe like a strawberry or an orange slice. Get the like little dollop of butter, a little thing of soy sauce, little cutlery. And it's just plate.
Mojave
And then
has
I'll
stolen
go
a
ahead and-
flapjack from the top of a pile and is just sort of like nibbling on it with his hands.
And then actually eat flapjacks like a normal goddamn person, like showing scales how it's supposed to be eaten. Instead of you freaking miscreants, I swear.
Yeah, I think she like was going to grab with her hands and eat it that way, but she'll copy to learn, to be proper.
T will join them. He will grab a protein shake. He definitely pushes himself very hard. So when he does join them at the table, he's walking very stiffly, like he definitely did legs like for too long, and it's gonna take him a little bit to get him back under himself. But what's not chrome, he pushes very hard.
He does that the weird, like when you go to sit down after doing too hard of a workout on your legs and your legs shake.
Like
When you
yep,
have
and
those
like
jello
hand
legs.
Yep, and it's not like the before he sits or after he sits. It's like the in the middle of sitting that he starts to shake apart, like he's entering orbit, but then it stops. Yeah,
It's too real for me, man.
Same though. Yeah, so she's eating and it's like, oh, this is good. I like this. What is this stuff? And she like runs her finger through the syrup and just like, and looks a little bit like, when a kid has had too much sugar and her eyes are all big. I
Her
want more of
pupils
these.
are dilated. They are no longer
want more of
slits.
these.
They are regular eyes because they are so dilated. All right.
Yes, yeah. I want more of this one. This one is very good. And if she can, she will have more. Just take the
Is she
bottle
just
of syrup and start, like,
drinking the
squirting it in her
syrup?
mouth.
Oh god.
Just starts being like and squirting some in her mouth and be like, it is very good.
Javi nods, like approvingly.
Pretty good. He's a great cook.
I like when Jay cooks. It is always delicious and very filling. Better than what we had at the lab. At the lab, they would just poke with needle, and then we would get nutrients, and that was it. So
The one good thing about everything being soy is that's the only thing you need to know how to cook. And he is a wizard with soy. Man's a god.
makes sense. Makes much sense. Right. Well,
Sorry,
our
Chef.
T- T, are we still relaxing or?
Oh, at least until I put my coat on.
We got a plan.
Okay, I'll wait.
Then we're going to
That is
Augie's Burger Palace, I think.
yes. That was going to be my
Yeah.
question, but I did not know if it was appropriate yet to ask. I know where we are going. I have address. In fact, I have all addresses, and she'll bring out from her little bag the folded up paper that she took from the truck that has the trafficked children, and there's addresses next to all of them. The burger joint specifically, correct me if I'm wrong, Softy, was for Rabbit, right?
Rabbit's delivery location is near to the burger joint.
That's right. So she'll put it out, she'll kind of open it up, show everybody the addresses, and say, this one labeled Rabbit. It is the little girl that we met earlier in the week. The location is within the same area as Burger Joint, so mayhaps Burger Joint is a holding spot and these are dropout points. I'm not sure, but we have a list of places that we can go after Burger Joint.
Yeah, we should go to all those places.
Yeah.
They're gonna need heroes.
Good work, Scouts.
Just a small little cringe every time he says it. But you know what? This time he might be right. All right. So what? Going over there to scout it out? What's the action? What's the plan?
I think it is a little bit of column A and column B.
Yeah.
Scouting
guys
out,
do-
see what we see.
You guys do all the prep work you want. When you feel comfortable, just tell me when I go in.
Okay.
Alright.
Should I make any fun water balloons?
Yes, I think mayhaps one of your. I mean, there is your creation, so you can decide which one. But I think at least one sleepy one will be good to have.
Can make a fancy water balloon. Javi's
Okay.
already like rummaging in the bag he always keeps with him, and is just like pulling out little like vials, colored liquid, powders, setting them on the table, getting bottles.
Actually, I need to check something first. I'm gonna drop into AR, and I just want to see. I guess it would be like local rumors, but I just want to see if there's been any reaction or anything in response to the video that I had put out the night before. If there's been any buzz or anything.
Roll local rumors.
Okay. It is a 3.
I will say, first thing you notice, the video has been removed from the internet. And I mean removed. You can't find it on
I see.
regular site. You can't find it anywhere. It is gone. Next thing you notice
Mm.
is there is talk about it. There is a post. And this post is repeated phrasing. Oh,
I'm sorry. Emergency happened. Yeah. Give
Go
me a
ahead. Go deal with that. So, how would you tell me more about them flapjacks?
Oh, chocolate chips. Nice.
Yeah, they're some delicious flapjacks from Jason, the soy chef.
Mojave pauses while arranging his things on the table, and just with the sort of like the slow motions that would resemble theft if you weren't here with permission, just sort of pours a little bit of syrup into his one of his various little bottles and then spirits it away to his bag.
Gotta take the syrup with him.
Just a little
He
bit.
watches this with a detached sort of interest. Like, he's not upset, but he's also, his mind is just trying to understand.
It's like one of those little containers, like the kind you'd like, I don't know, cosmetics on an airplane. Yeah, just
pack it.
full of syrup now.
Did you just pack travel syrup?
Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit. Just might be handy.
Bro.
Morningstar, is everything all right with
I might
you?
need one for one of my little sort of thingamabobs.
Okay. As long as
Okay.
everything's all
Yep.
good in that hood.
Yeah.
Alright.
The next thing you notice,
The post has
I-
been deleted and there's been conversation.
yes, this long conversation, and we can get back to the fun thing that Mojave just did. It is a post that is the same paragraph repeated multiple times. The original posting was in Tagalog. It is then translated into no less than 4 languages, including Atslan Spanish, English, Russian, and Italian. And it is a message seemingly from Manananggal herself.
Mm-hmm.
And in it, in her English one, she basically states, I don't know who you think you are to challenge me. I don't know if you even realize what you did. But I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill every single one of you. I will make sure no one of your bloodlines will see the light of day again. And then it ends.
I pull out of AR and my finger is tapping. So the way that you guys saw yesterday when she was sort of in that deep AR state where she was like doing the scroll movement, now her finger is just tapping repeatedly. And you can see that she's very deep in thought, lots of calculations happening, before she stops and says, she found the video, and looks at T.
Who?
My uncle, the head of the trafficking, found the video,
That's who.
removed it,
Oh.
and has now placed a message. It was first in Tagalog, but has been translated into a few languages. Essentially, a hit has been called. Her intention is to quote, she will find us, remove our bloodlines, so that essentially there is no evidence left of us at all at the end.
So she
So
said
there's that.
So she said to me back what I said to her. Okay. That's fair.
Basically.
So this Momo Mickey Gall's character, she's basically our enemy, right?
Oh, wow.
What?
One of those two people is, sure.
All right.
Manan.
The
think it's
Mananango.
Mononongo.
I
can't
think
say.
Mananango.
Momo Mickey Galls, right?
There's no Mickey. There's no Mickey,
No.
Jay.
That is what we're calling her.
It's
You
like
are-
Mananang. It's like
You are adding
banana,
extra
but with
letters.
the
Mickey
ma.
Galls. Mickey Galls.
You
got
guys
it.
you're adding
Momo.
extra letters that are not in there at all. Ma
Momo.
no non go.
Momo Mickey Gall. That's what the man said. The soy god himself.
All right. Well, so here's the thing. To be honest with you, I am not afraid to die, especially if it means saving children from who knows what they are being used for. But the concern I now have is that all of the locations either will shift or there will be added security. So more closely watched. And so our plan needs to be a little bit better than just going and scouting it out. We might have to be a little more calculated.
Yeah, there might be traps for us now, too.
Right. This has become more difficult. Not impossible, but just more difficult.
Mojave nods and begins pouring more syrup into a second little travel container.
So maybe we make sure that we are bringing as much lethal force as possible.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
With you guys
and
on
maybe
prep,
making sure.
should be fine.
I think perhaps we need to make sure that we have enough for medical things as well. Not just for ourselves, but who knows the condition we will find these children in.
Oh yeah, I can make up some. Holds up one of
Yeah.
his empty bottles and sort of shakes it to imply the thing that failed to come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm able
Morning,
to
sir.
provide quick patches if I'm not already drained by whatever else I need to do.
Right.
Much about it, Cloudy. I'm pretty much a doctor. You worry about the
Yeah.
pew 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 pew, and I'll do the after.
Perhaps I mean, I could send a message, but perhaps it'd be better to come from you to let Story Eyes know that eyes are now upon us. Not directly, she does not know exactly who was involved, but she will be looking. So,
Oh, I could make you some medicine to keep on your person in case of emergency.
like a healing potion?
Sure, one of them things.
I should swap out those Joe rounds in my one drone for like the real bullets, right?
Yes, I think so. I think this is a mission where that will be required.
T will
Jeez.
just he'll take out his arc light and just hand it over to Acheron. Or not, yeah, sorry, my brain.
That means different game.
Scales. Yep, different game. He will pass it over to Scales. Here, send Starry Eyes
Whoopsies.
whatever message you want.
Oh,
It's a
okay. She easily just go into it, find Starry Eyes contact, and will send a message with pertinent information. But she will, in fact, encode it, like the language of it, because now she's like, I don't know whose eyes are where. She still has the Zodiac thing on her mind, and so it's very coded, but in a way that she thinks Starry Eyes will absolutely understand, given that she found her and Starry Eyes are actually very similar. to let her know essentially everything with Manananggal. And that they are going to attempt to try to find out more about the children and get them, but that's what's happening.
You send off the message, and you just sort of get a simplified response back of understood.
Cool. She'll hand the phone back to T, and tell me if I'm able to do this, because it's something that I want to do as like a prep thing of I sort of want to mark everyone if I can, so that should we get separated, should something happen, I'll be able to find them.
I
Yes, actually, yes. Everyone can allow you, or basically invite you to mark something on them that you can mark. So you can
Okay,
basically
so
request permission.
yeah.
I don't have anything
Okay.
that's markable, do I?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
I have a Hermes icon, and attached to it are my fake sins, my fake licenses, a pair of contacts, a pair of glasses I have in my front pocket. There's a whole bunch of stuff attached to it.
Wonderful.
And
So
they're fancy,
Morningstar
don't
will
break
ask.
it. Don't do it.
No. Morningstar will ask. She'll look at you all and say, I would like to put mark on all of you. That way, should something happen, I will be able to find you. Is that all right? Do I have permission?
I mean, normally the person protecting our tech is protecting our tech.
Yes, but should you get taken, I would like to be able to pinpoint the location. Hence the mark. So I can still protect your stuff, but I just don't know what we will be coming up against, and I would like to cover all bases.
And Mojave does not seem to
Alright.
have a clue what she's talking about.
Mojave, you do not have things that can be marked, but why is that?
What is what?
Why you don't have any? You don't have phone. You don't have anything that I could mark.
Well, for one thing, I'll let you know something. Before we met last week, I had about $10 in my pocket.
Okay. I guess. Okay. And she'll take out her own phone, and she'll drop it into Mojave's bag. And I guess out of game, my question is: does Mojave have to be holding it for things to go wrong, or
You don't have to be actively using it.
Yes, he would have to
Yeah.
actively use the item. So dropping some form of basically tracker that he is not going to interact with should not activate Gremlins.
Okay, so I will take my phone out of the bag and say, I'm going to put this in your bag so that I can find you.
Scales, I could have one of my eye flyers just kind of follow, chill out with Mojave.
Oh, that is true. Okay, we can do that.
Also,
You
if
just-
I were to get lost, Havoc might be able to come and track y'all down.
Havoc gently
That is
slides
true,
out
but-
onto your shoulder and just sort of like nods really excitedly.
See how
I'm,
to find in me.
well, but go ahead.
I don't think T is aware that you have an icon on the thing on the back of his head, so he will produce his
He's not.
phone. Yeah, here you go. You can mark this.
Yes, she'll take it. She's like, yes, I'll take your phone, but like, is not divulging that she's already marked you.
Jesus Christ.
But to Mojave, she'll say, what will she say? Oh, I would rather you have Havoc with you if you get separated or taken from us as protection. I wouldn't want you without him for too long. So definitely little fly on Mojave. I will mark your phone. I will mark, and your phone I will mark. And her eyes like kind of linger on T, and like, and then she'll drop into AR and start marking everyone. Just a little snake icon that comes and chills with whatever your icon is, and it's just like, hey, I'm here. Little red tongue pokes out.
I mean,
Yeah,
little hummingbird everywhere. Hummingbird themes everywhere.
Word. Or
Jason's icon would basically be like a picture of him, like sort of hanging on his tank, almost like if you've seen that like 80s and like Tank Girl. Have you ever seen that?
yeah.
It's
Oh,
basically
God.
Tank Girl
like that
posed, all
pose,
right.
but
Yeah. Tease is still the
Yeah.
God Slap logo.
yeah.
Appreciate
Which she's marking T's stuff to almost like make a show of marking his stuff. Not that you guys could see it, but like it's essentially she's making a show of it so that he doesn't catch on that she's already got him marked. And then afterwards we'll
by
give
the
people
way-
their things.
By the way,
Oh,
if I
God,
could just
yes.
slide this in there. One of your little snakes that's marked up on the box is giving
Uh-huh.
you a little notification.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
She will sit and say, okay, all is well. You are all marked now, and we'll sort of relax, and in that relaxed position, to kind of see what the notification is, so that none of them know what she's doing.
The
What is the
notification
notification?
is that the first layer of a much deeper safe has been unlocked. Data is available.
So here's my question, ST. If I were to comb through this data, would T become aware that something has unlocked in his head?
You don't know.
I hate it. We are gonna pause. We're gonna pause on that. We're gonna say, you know what? Thank you, little snake. We'll come back. We'll put a pin in it.
Snake will hold its position, and they will both go back to working slowly on the lock.
Okay. I think like maybe she looks a little guilty about something. Like how kids look when they break something and then they know you're gonna come in the room. But then she quickly kind of recovers and it's like, okay, well, all that is left to do is to go to address. We will have to be as stealthy as possible. Although I think that might be difficult with a big Ares tank, but...
Mojave babbles for a second and then covers his eyes and points at Cloudy.
Are you suggesting taking Cloudy's car?
No, he can do the thing with the not seeing.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I could.
Well,
Are we?
It's very true.
you can park the tank a little ways away. I can stay with it. You guys can scout and do prep, and if you get in trouble, just give me a ring, and I'll be there as quick as I can.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There are long distance ways to do some scouting first. You have your thing. I can astrally project in, see what I can find. You can get your spy flies in there. There are a lot of things we can do before we get really anywhere close.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
And when we do get a little bit closer, I'll mix up some juice.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Let's go. And Morningstar will only leave for a moment just to go get her hoodie, and she'll put it on. And this is her like original clothing, where it's very kind of clean but just like drabbier looking. Puts the hood up, and when she does, you realize that like because of the kind of baggier styling of the clothes and her own physique. Her tail wraps up underneath the hoodie, and anyone on the street who doesn't know who she is would immediately be like, oh, that's just a random person, maybe a guy. You know, like wouldn't recognize anything fit. Like there's no standing out traits because of the way the clothes are. Yeah, and then she'll head out with the rest.
I'll still get on my actual working uniform, ready for a firefight. But I might stay in the tank for a little bit. I don't need to get out of the tank until we're actually ready to get things started. I don't
Right.
think.
Mm-hmm.
So you all we'll just go. You all get in tank, head off to Augie's Burger Bonanza down by the waterfront in between downtown and Covina. It is an area that has a lot of warehouses, a lot of docks. A lot of workmen would be here normally, though lately, when the rainy season hits, this whole area kind of becomes a little bit less, as a lot of the boats don't want to come in this far, as the slightly higher ground means the bigger boats can be in a little bit more danger during the storms. So there's a little less people here than normally are, but, you know, there's people still walking around. Augie's restaurant is one street back from what would kind of be a boardwalk type area, or I guess the Lady Shipyard. There's a lot less people on this small road. It's not very hard to find a place kind of in the middle of two buildings in a tiny parking lot that no one's gonna notice, even though you are a big tank. You hide in the back corner. You all are about a block away, well within walking distance. So everyone can make their choice of how they are going to spy on the Burger Barn specifically. We can start figuring out the roles. Whoever wants to go first.
I guess I'll go in first. I do want to ask Mojave whether they wanted to join me.
What are you doing?
I will go ahead and get comfy in the back, and everyone else will see me basically just conk on out and fall asleep. Mojave will see a spiritual version of myself floating above my own body.
Looking back and forth between the body and the spiritual version, like, well, that's a neat trick.
Is he okay? Is he dead?
Is who? What? No, he's right there. I don't think he's. You're not dead, right?
Manifest physically, like as a ghost directly
Yeah.
above my head,
You
and
can
say,
manifest.
no, I'm not. I fully manifest. It basically looked like a ghost hovering above my body. No, I'm not dead. This
Yeah,
is what
he says
some
he's fine.
magicians can do.
Look at this
Travel
ghost
through the astral.
looking motherfucker. All right.
Morningstar is
How-
just big eyes right now.
Well, that's cool.
But I'll go see what I can see. And I'll go there in the astral. I can only see living things and magically active things. So I can't see any tech, can't see anything fancy like that.
No, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Within the astral plane, you move very quickly. You find the restaurant. It's obviously its walls do not exist to you. They are but a shadow of their former self, if they do even hold shadow. Everything is slightly shimmering around here. In fact, the whole area is. It's closer near the water. But you're very aware that this area you all are in is slightly magically active. It's a very large space to be so magically active. Definitely centered on the water, though. It's kind of trickling in over everything, giving everything kind of a
That's
blue
weird.
haze.
That's weird. All right.
As you approach, you can see living people in there. Nothing. Oh no, there is something
A
magically
sensing?
active. Yeah, sensing.
All right. Uh, 1.
Oof.
Oof.
There are living beings in there, and you know that there's something in there that's oddly shaped, so you're fairly certain that's not a person. You don't know what it is exactly. It's near the back of the building, and even approaching it, the local area is so shiny, it's hard to make anything out. It's fuzzy.
There's a whole bunch of static in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any other properly there are any spirits wandering about? There aren't any mages that are dual natured that I can see?
There are some spirits wandering about, not in the building, but around the street near a set of dumpsters. There are some beast spirits in the shape of large rats.
Huh. All right. Interesting. All right. Do they appear to be at all related to this place at all? Like they're bound or protecting it or something? Or are they just
No,
kind of there?
they're kind of there. It just seems like they're just spirits who are floating around the astral, just existing in a place they feel comfortable.
I'll walk up and say hi.
You walk up to the beast spirits. They both rise up upon their haunches, looking at you. What do you want?
Once I was wondering whether you saw anything sad here.
Sad. One of them gets kind of a wistful eye look in his face. Snake Child got caught. He's in there. And he kind of noses to the building you were just sort of checking out.
That's the one I couldn't see. How long ago?
Oh. Few nights ago. And
And
kind
it's
of
still
they're
here.
they're wanting to say things, but they don't really want to. They're kind of a little woozy on you. Came with other. Snake Child wasn't able to leave again. Maybe you know why. And they kind of start moving a little bit towards you.
They were not good people. Snake Childs does not want to be here. And I
No.
wish to help them leave.
Snake Child won't leave without friend. Friend cannot leave. We have seen the friend.
Where?
Would you give us something? If we show you.
What's your price?
They kind of lean back, and you become very aware that amongst these beast spirits, below them, their forms, it almost looks as if the form had melted to the ground. It hasn't. It's hundreds of rats and spirits of rats piled together, and they just sort of lean back with the rats and just food. No people. No food.
All right, Softy. I
Yeah,
me
sorry.
as a player might be dumb.
Sorry.
Is it asking to?
It's
eat
asking for
people?
food.
Is
It's
that what
asking you to
that
feed the
was?
rats. It's trying to state that there's no more people here. It's less people. No one is leaving garbage. The rats are starving.
Ah.
Sorry.
There were some more slum areas, right?
Yes.
that I could potentially guide them to for food?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I will go on ahead, hold my hand out, and deal.
The one rat's eyes get really big, and he kind of reaches a paw out that's twisted a little bit, but it grasps
Mhm.
onto you and kind of encompasses your hand for a moment. And then as it pulls it away, it kind of smokes away, and he forms back into more solidly rat-shaped.
Did you want to consider that some kind of like conjuring thing, or is it all good? Is it all good?
It's all good. Just be aware you do need
Okay.
to remember that you made a deal.
Of course. All right. Guide me to their friend.
And all of the rats move at once, and they start rushing down the street past where the tank is. And they all eventually pile in front of this one warehouse. And you can see that there are very... For how big as the warehouse is, and that, yes, there's not that many people working here, but you'd kind of expect more people. You only see a cluster of about 8 people. You could tell that they're people shaped. There's maybe 8 people in that building, and they're all in the same location. And all of the rats are like piled on top of each other in front of the door, like trying to point the way that it's inside of here.
Okay. Does there appear same questions before? Any other spirits magically active? Anything inside this building too? Like, is there?
Can you roll a sensing one more time here?
Can do.
At least
5.
at least 3 of the figures all clustered together, and you can tell so 3 of 8 are magically active in some way. They're mages. But I will say another thing with this, with that much of sensing. Not only can you tell that these individuals are hurt, they are very sick, very weak, and very young. These are not adults. These are not adult mages, and these are not mages who are trained of anything. They are loose and scared. And they're all in the back of the building.
All right. And the other five people I saw there, they're regular old Joe Schmoes.
Oh, hold on, you got a sensing 5.
Uh-huh.
2 of them
I'm
are
seeing
technomancers.
cyberware. Oh shit.
3 are mages, 2 are technomancers, the rest are average. Non-awakened, non-emerged.
Okay. All right. Would I be able to track this warehouse back in meat space?
Yes, like you take one look around, really pay attention to your location in Astral, and you can definitely find your way back here.
All right. Got it. Got another target. I will go ahead and just be like, you led me to my quarry, let me lead you to yours. And I will guide them to a little area where the rats can be happy. Lots of garbage.
All the rats, like, the minute they're there, all of the small spirit rats just jump into the garbage, and the 2 other rats just sort of stand. They look at you and they nod. Thank you.
And I zip back to my physical meat body.
You awaken inside of the tank.
When
am
you
I to
wake
assume
up-
other folks are doing their own thing simultaneously, or were they just
Yes.
all waiting on me to get back?
Yeah, we're gonna say that
So-
simultaneously, so...
Okay, so in the simultaneous part, I will have dropped an AR, and I just want to see if I can see, into the. Oh, it's a block away, though, isn't it?
Would you like... I will say, to VR, when you go into VR, you are doing the exact same thing, just on the Matrix. You can basically... You did the exact same thing that Dawn just did. But Matrix. If you're VR.
Right.
Which is actually identical. You
Okay.
conk out just like he did.
Okay. Okay, so if that's the case, then what I do is I say, okay, I am going to do something, but it will incapacitate me for a time. So I am going to lay down here. I'm not dead. I'm just doing some things. Okay, and she will lay down, kind of near Cloud, and conk into VR.
Hey, no one draw anything on clouds or scales, okay, guys? We're better than that.
That
We're
thought
heroes.
didn't even occur to me till you mentioned it.
If you draw on me,
No, this is after you
You
already
pay.
calmed down.
Oh, sorry. Actually,
shit.
so well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
While in VR, every single person in here has a marked item other than Mojave.
Right.
I'll give that comlinks
Right.
have microphones.
Yeah.
You are, by the way, Scales, you are
Okay.
fully allowed to basically call these motherfuckers and just say, I heard that.
Right. No, absolutely. I'm gonna fucking call Jason's phone and be like, if you draw on me, do anything to my body while I am knocked out, I will make you pay in a way that will make you cry for weeks. Do you understand me?
But yeah, for sure, Scales, that's why I said not to. Like, I was just warning
Uh-huh.
everyone not to do it.
But you are the only one who was thinking about doing it because everyone else would not have.
Just because I think of something doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. I'm respectful.
Be
I
a
just know-
hero, Jason.
Like, you know, in college, when you're partying and you get drunk, sometimes people like to draw stuff on your face. And I just see clouds and you like pass out. I'm saying, don't no one mess with y'all.
Uh-huh. People who go to college have very weird practices, and the line will go dead for your phone. And so what she's going to do, the intention here is you tell me what to roll. The intention is she's going to go to Augie's Burger Bonanza, and she wants to clock every tech thing that she can possibly catch. You know, whether it be weapons or I don't know if VR should be able to see like if there's people like her or
So-
people even like Jay.
So, we're gonna do this properly. To get into
Okay.
the Burger Barn, you are entering a host, which,
Mhm.
if you do not have permission to enter a host, it is brute force or it is hack on the fly. Which I believe the way we built you, yours is hacking.
Yes.
So you would be doing your hack
Okay.
roll.
Okay, is there, just before I do that, is there any way for me to get information from outside, or is it like I'm definitely gonna have to go in?
The barn itself is its own host. So to get information from
Okay.
inside that host, or even the cameras on the outside of that host, you will have to get onto the host's grid. Not the local
Understood. Okay. Okay. Dice gods be with me. Okay, not bad. It's a 4.
Yeah, perfectly fine. You are able to slide into the host unseen so far.
Okay.
The host for the Burger Barn is, well, for lack of a better term, it is a large, it is a little weird. It is a large labyrinthine structure. Tall, almost pyramid-esque, but much more square. Once you are in, you can definitely tell that there are places that there's key points connected to it. You can see that there's the power system, camera system. There's a few other things. There is a location towards the back of the building that you find rather odd. It is drawing a lot of, it's very clearly a lot of power is there, and it seems to have its own, it is its own private system, whatever it is. Connected to the host, but it clearly is separated from the two systems that you
Yeah.
can see from here.
Okay, so separate system for that particular space. Okay. In terms of people that might have tech on them, like i.e. weapons, or even someone who's maybe like Jay, who's a rigger of some kind, is there any sight of that in here?
That is Matrix Perception.
Okay,
Which
how do I do that?
is... Oh, I forget Matrix Perception.
Mm.
We may have to fuss the roll if I can't remember it.
Okay, that's okay. I'm cool with fussing rules.
If I'm correct, it is
Computer intuition.
computer intuition. We're gonna go with that because that makes the most sense. And I have a feeling
So
Ron's probably right.
So would I click intuition and then computer? Is that how that would go?
So on your computer skill, it's normally tied to
Yes.
the attribute of logic. You will switch that to intuition.
Ah, got you.
And it's still limited by mental.
Okay,
As your mental limit is
Okay,
what's
ooh,
on
I think-
the matrix.
right. Okay. Yikes, hopefully this goes well. It's a 3.
Yes. Trying to think of what's actually connected to the host specifically. You can tell that on this host there is a Decker of some kind. He's very connected. He's very clearly searching around. So he's definitely the security mode over here.
Okay.
You cannot. No one's weapons are assigned to this host of any kind. So you're gonna take a shot. If there are any smart weapons, they are strictly tied to that person. No one is like trying to deal with it on host. Nothing's wireless. So I think what you can see is at least one Decker that you're fairly certain of, who is currently connected and is your current enemy that you would be able to see. He does not seem to have noticed you yet, though.
I imagine I'm being sneaky snake right now, so.
Yeah, you're being sneaky snake. You're all
Yeah,
sneaky snake
careful not to
sliding up and down.
interrupt anything.
Yeah, you're going.
Yeah,
full
careful
Naga
not to,
mode.
like.
You're Naga moding
Yeah.
around this labyrinth, sliding along walls and shit.
Yes. So definitely a Decker. If anyone else that's in there, if they have weapons of any kind, it's tied to their person, not to the host. And I have locations on various things within this weird labyrinth. Okay. So you said that I can see the sort of like power source for the host and the camera system, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in my ability to see like where all these things are connected, would I be able to tell, and I don't mind rolling for it, that if I shut, let's say, the camera system off, would it alert either whomever is in control of the host or the Decker specifically?
Is your is it sleaze to hide any action you perform on the Matrix? What is your sleaze? It's connected to your sleaze. So,
I see. I don't think I have that. I don't have any sleazing.
if you go to your Matrix,
It's parts of your brain. It's parts of
Yeah.
your brain.
Oh,
yeah, if you go to the Matrix section, living persona, that's you. All of those attributes are connected to your real world attributes.
got you. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to pull the plug just yet. I just want to see if I would be able to tell if I were to pull it, would an alert be given, or do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
no,
would there
it's
be-
one of those ones where in hacking, if you pull that, they're gonna know something happened because an entire system just went down and they're currently monitoring it. What
Okay.
you would need to worry about then is hiding your presence before he saw you and tried to grab you.
Understood.
So there's no
Okay.
real way of doing this without someone noticing the cameras just shut off. If you're shutting them
Right,
off.
right. Okay. Okay. And now my final question is the same for the power system itself, right? Is it like, I don't know, is there like a center point that is at, or is it sort of just kind of like running through the whole place, kind of, you know, in a
Well,
loop of sorts?
You know one thing very particularly.
Right.
It is the whole host, save for maybe that strange area that seems to have a lot of. It seems to be in and of itself its own power system. If you hit the other system and turn the power off, you are not sure whether or not the host itself is being held together by that power box. If you hit the power box and you're on the host, you would get jacked out. You might get dumped.
Understood.
So you know
Right,
that you
okay.
can shut the power down, and there is a way. Basically, there is a way to when you are once you've hacked into the host itself, you could turn the power off from outside the host. You do not have to be in the host to activate on it, but you do have to be in the host to mark anything or the host itself.
Okay. Okay. So with that information, I'm gonna back out. And I am going to fucking sneaky snake my way back to my body and
I was gonna say,
awaken,
take your
because I
time.
want to go over this. Yeah.
Yeah, and with you taking your time waking up so you don't dump shock yourself, we're gonna say you wake up probably around the same time that Cloud wakes up.
Mhm.
Is anyone else wanting to do something simultaneously while the two are passed out?
I think
Yes.
Jason would send one of his fly spies to kind of see if he can find entrance into the building, maybe into some ducts or something.
Oh, of course. Are you sending both just to opposite ends of the building?
Uh, um, yes, I think I'll do that. At least initially. I'll probably
Alright.
bring one back to trail Mojave, but for right now, yeah.
All right, you send both spy flies out. They trail. One goes to the back of the building, one to the front. This building is not built very differently than that Italian restaurant you were at. It's fairly similar, with the back end being a kind of alley that's kind of sunken in a little bit. It's got a small staircase up into the back of the building. There appears to be a camera this time, though, on over the back door. There are two individuals in the back. Both appear to be arguing or something. Oh, right behind a large delivery truck. It's unsure what they're arguing about. You notice that both of them are orcs. The spyfly in the front easily finds a way in. The front door was basically open. You notice that this building is in fact open for business. There are people in here that clearly are customers and are just sitting here eating. Your spy flag will also be able to tell that everyone in here that is working here is an orc.
Okay. Okay. In that case, the fly spy that is nearest to the people, I'll kind of leave hang out. The other fly spy, I'll bring back.
Okay. So nearest to the people in the back of the building,
Yeah, I think.
are you going to try to get it close enough to hear what they're saying?
Yeah, sure.
Your fly spy slides over, kind of lands himself, settles on top of the truck, and you start getting these two gentlemen are arguing over a meat delivery. Big air quotes on meat delivery gone wrong. Basically screaming like, "How the hell are you gonna have a burger joint without any meat? What do you mean they're late?" Arguing over and over and over and over. Eventually, as like you're listening in, it takes maybe 10 minutes later, a secondary truck pulls in, like backs in, and a guy hurriedly hops out and runs up to them, and he's just, good news, guys. Meat's back on the menu.
At this point, I think Jay would have like turned for his like big suitcase sized computer thing. He would like turn the speakers on for it, and when they start saying, he'd be like, "Hey guys, I think the meat delivery is the stuff we're talking about, and I think we gotta move. We gotta go like now. We don't want to miss this
You want me to go
delivery."
now?
Yeah, there's a bunch of orcs towards the back of the building, and like they were complaining about you can't have a burger shack without a meat delivery, and then a van pulled up, and they were all excited about the meat delivery.
Did you look to see if it's actually meat?
I don't think we know. Can I move my drone over to see if it's a real meat delivery?
Well, you don't really have to move
He's
it,
getting out of the car.
as it is sitting on the back of the truck. Yeah, the guy who was the driver of the one who pulled up, he pulls up the thing, and it is a refrigerated truck that has like pallets of soy meat.
He's crossing the street.
I would
I'll say through the communicators. I may have jumped the gun. It's soy meat.
I will return to my seat in the back of the truck.
Did me and Cloud wake up?
Yes,
Did
you
we
wake up right about the
to
time.
see this debacle?
Yeah, you wake up right about the time T sits his ass back down.
Also, for the record, just on the note of simultaneous tasks,
Yes.
would for making up a bunch of healing potions for them to carry in case of emergency, would I be able to do that in a batch? To simplify roles?
You know what? Yeah.
Would you allow me?
It's not normal, but I will allow it to be in a batch. But
Cool.
it will increase its difficulty, so the force of these might have to be lowered.
Okay, I mean, sounds fair.
So, if
I would
that's the
also like
case,
to do
then
something.
I don't know what force you'd like to do them at.
Oh gosh, I don't remember what force to do things at.
I'm in to help you.
Yes, would I be making the number higher or lower to make it a better chance of working?
It would be lower if you want a better chance of working. I'm going to say whatever occurs here, I'm counting the force as being 2 more than whatever you choose.
Because I would like to, if possible, make up a batch of heal and a batch of stabilize.
Give me a moment.
But I am a little bit fuzzy on the mechanics of things.
Yeah, when it comes to magical crafting, that is one part of this particular system I am more hazy on.
It is a bit hazy. Well, we would do it the exact same way we did it before, which is tapping heal. I believe generally we run your force at 4, I believe. Tap heal for me real quick on the sheet. Does it bring up a modifier menu?
Yes.
Alright, is it just modifier or does it actually ask you what force you want?
I believe it's modifiers first, and then after I add the modifier, it asks me for force.
Put a -2 on the modifier and then roll at whatever force you'd like.
And, question. Because this is a healing thing, does my quick healing apply to it? Or my, whatever the ability is called? Quick healer.
I don't think it's quick healer, because quick healer is the effect, like... Let me go check.
It's a +2 dice pool modifier to all healing tests.
This is not a healing test, this is a magical test. Like, this is a spell.
Yeah. Just wondering because it's a healing spell.
Yes. Generally, run your heals, I believe, at a force of 4 or 5. I would suggest. I mean, you can still do that, but it's going to be more likely to fail.
What should I do to make it more likely to succeed?
Reagents. But I don't actually think we have any drams on you for real.
No.
Febreze.
Oh, yeah,
Febreze
no,
are
like-
secretly drams of.
Like, flavor-wise, I'm mixing up, little bit of powdered eggshell, little bit of maple syrup,
Now, these are. I don't know.
little
how
bit
to
of
batch
mysterious
these.
green goo.
I do not know how to batch preparation easily. You know what? Oh god. To make it easier, you won't roll with a negative, but I am going to increase the drain
That's completely fair.
because you're doing it. We're not doing it multiple times, but you're doing a lot
Yes.
once. So we're gonna make the drain
Mhm.
rougher on you.
Hmm.
Because I don't want to just gank you and not allow you to at least have the spell itself.
Okay, so get rid of the -2, and,
So roll it as normal. I'm gonna
and
just do this
recommend...
by mental. Force 4. Let's go with your normal.
Okay.
Force 4 or Force 5.
I'll go force 4, okay.
Hey.
Perfectly fine. Alright. Can you roll your drain for me? Correct. It is... Take drain as stun damage?
Hmm.
Alright. Because I was going to add basically 2 to the drain. So... Take 2 stun
Well,
damage.
it's usually minimum 2. A lot of the
Minimum
time,
2.
it's minimum
I was going to
2.
add more to the minimum, basically.
Mm.
So we're going to say take 2 stun damage.
Okay.
And if you want to do the same thing for stabilize, we'll do it as well.
Yes, please.
And we're just going to add 2 to the whatever the drain is. You gotta hit 2 more hits. I believe that fizzles.
Last.
Yes, the stabilized potions fizzle.
Alas. If I roll drain for this one and I still can do things, can I try that again?
Yes, if you'd like to, you roll drain for this one because it still hurt. If you want to try again, I'll let you try again.
Yes, please.
So you're gonna take 2 more stun damage.
Okay. Healing is literally all I do, so I am gonna take another swing at it.
Okay, you can try and take 1 more swing at the stabilizes.
The first batch turns a very funny color and smells rather bad, so I just toss it out the window discreetly.
This mush of egg whites and
Not egg whites,
Ew.
eggshell.
sorry, eggshell and
Still
Febreze.
gross. And fucking syrup.
Yeah. And mysterious green goo.
You know. Not the goo.
Disgusting.
Not the goo.
A little bit of cornstarch. A little bit of vegetable oil.
Oh, much better this time.
Pinch of rosemary.
I hope Mojave never is offended that I never ever drink anything they make ever.
There is a reason I usually go with the normal healing, as opposed to giving them my mysterious potions.
Well, that one fizzled
That's-
as well. Take the drain.
Alas. Okay.
You have to at least get as many hits as the force for it to go off.
Hey, this man is almost a doctor, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Take 2 more stun damage. Your head's
Okay.
your head's pounding by this point.
Yep. Nope. That's it. That's it.
So
I'm,
you have. I'm gonna say with the. How much were you thinking you wanted as a batch? Do you mean one for everybody? Is what I was thinking.
Yes, one for everybody.
All right. I will allow you to give one of these to everybody. They will be
Yeah, all
a
of
Force
the-
4 heal. They are good for 4 hours at true potency.
And yeah, I stow all of my mysterious ingredients back in the bag. I give all of the bottles a really good shake, and then I pass them out with a smile on my face and a mild
I'm
headache.
guessing I'm just kinda coming back to as I
Same.
have this weird. What color is this concoction?
I imagine mostly clear, but like the green goo is just sort of like floating in the, and there's some like leaves sprinkled on top of it.
Looks like a really weird Slimer tea.
I mean, I look at it in astral. Well, I probably saw a little bit of it as I was coming back to my body. I'm like, that's real.
Oh yeah, it's real. It's you can definitely tell astrally, like, that's the spell.
That's
Real quick.
That's definitely real and gross.
If I may,
That's
real
gross.
quick. While everything's happening simultaneously, and Cloudy and Scales are still out, right after the phone call, right after the "Do not roll me, I swear to God," right after that, T would have leaned forward to Jay. Hey, give me a fine point marker.
You piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Oh god.
Oh,
Give it.
hell yeah, my dude.
I hate it.
Oh,
Real quick.
I've been betrayed.
Real
Jay,
quick.
Jay would look at T and he'd be like, I don't know, bro. I don't really keep any markers around like that, but maybe the Night Errant guy kept some in the glove box.
All right, pop it open.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Garbage.
You find a black fine tip Sharpie. In the glove
Fucking a
box.
Sharpie, bro? Sharpie, you gonna do me like that?
He is going to grab Cloudy's
enough.
left hand.
And rub it hard enough.
Oh!
He's going to grab Cloudy's left hand because Cloudy did not say "Don't draw on me."
You would have
and
to take off my gloves. Like I am in like full like professional attire. They're like gloves and boots, and
well, I guess
it
you're
is a
about to
thing.
wake up. You're about to wake up with a glove on your chest.
Yep, gotcha.
Between the thumb and pointer finger on that little web of skin, he draws a small Q and a small T, and that is it.
Cute. You have marked me as a cutie. I am so offended.
It's a cute.
He puts the marker goes back. Hell, I'll put the glove back on. You're gonna find out later.
Jay just kind of snickers.
That's how you do it, bro. If you do it right, they won't even know you did it.
Soon as
He'll like put his fist
Morningstar
back for a fist bump.
Yeah,
As soon as Morningstar wakes up, she starts checking her skin, checking her body, and she looks at Jay and she's like, okay. But it's very like, I'm watching you.
Jay will hand her a mirror.
Yeah. Just like, okay, nothing weird going on. And then as soon as, after she's checked herself and all that stuff, she immediately starts downloading them on what she found. In the space I was in, it was built a bit like a labyrinth shape of pyramids, but a little bit more square. There are sort of points of power throughout the building. There is a camera system that is hooked onto the actual host of the building, but then there is another system. It seems a separate room. I don't know if it is drawing power from its own source or the host. It's a little difficult to tell, but it has the most power in it. So mayhaps there is something hidden important there. And there is a Decker who is actively watching the system. I can shut down the cameras and the power source itself to the host, but if I do the host, it's going to dump me, and I won't be able to control what happens after. There is people in there. If they have weapons on them, it is attached to them, not the actual system of the building. So probably weapons in there, just to go in there sort of thinking safely. Probably weapons.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of orcs, and like an 8 or so, and they're like all towards the back, and they were complaining about needing a meat shipment, and and while they were waiting for it with their van, a refrigerated truck came up, and it had synth meat in it. I
Well,
don't know
they're
if
a
that's all it had,
restaurant.
but
So there are customers then that are actually going into. It is not like Italian place.
Oh.
I guess not.
So there will be witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we do, we must be wise and careful. Cloud,
Well-
what did you find? Oh, sorry. What was?
Oh. Who's talking?
Huh?
Who?
Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'm gonna stay in the truck. And I'll be there for cleanup duty after the fact if anybody's hurt. But I made some juice for y'all to take in with you in case of emergency. Though don't use it unless it's an emergency, because it makes healing you after the fact a little bit not good.
Oh,
Don't worry.
okay, yes, and she'll
No
take
one.
one.
No one. Mojave, look at me. Look at my eyes. No one is going to drink this for no reason.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Exactly.
for those of you that aren't aware, magical healing tends to patch up the skin over the thing that was done before, and literally makes it almost impossible to get in to patch it up properly. So you know.
So
So
unless
it's
you're
quick. It's quick
desperate.
healing. Right.
Mhm.
Yes, better come back and get me a patch up proper, but if needs must and you're in a pinch.
So use this to
Okay.
patch leaks, not breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
What did you find, Cloud?
I found a lot. First, I found according to a couple of nearby spirits, a small snake child inside the building.
Eyes widen.
But he is very sad and apart from his friend. I found a lot of small children in a warehouse down that away, about 5 of them.
Oh no, it was
Wait
8.
a minute. So
Oh, it was 8? Oh, I thought there was like 5 kids and like 3 normal ass people that were like
Oh no, it was
protecting
all
them.
8
Okay.
children, and then 3 of
gotcha.
them were mages, 2 of them were technomancers.
Okay. 8 kids in a warehouse. I point in the general direction.
I look at my paper that I had of the kids, right? Is that the whole amount? Would
Yes,
know what I
on
mean?
your paper,
So there's
the
the 8
strange
there,
named
and
ones,
then the 9 in the actual burger joint.
there are only 8 children, or 8, pig, cow, whatever the fuck. Those names, those weird ones, there's
Yeah.
only 8 of them.
Yeah.
And there's no snake on that list.
Okay. There is a moment where Morningstar is visibly distressed because she's like, I don't know how many fucking snake children are actually running around in the world right now. The only snake children I know is myself and my siblings. So she definitely looked distressed, and she says, "There's only 8 children on this list. No snake." And she turns it around so that you guys can see.
Sounds like bonus pay.
Right. Snake is in burger joint. Source
Okay.
of power.
But
Am I
supposedly won't leave without their friend, who apparently is one of the 8.
Mm. Okay. ST, given this information, would I be able to piece together that perhaps this is one of my siblings and they have abilities in which is powering that separate system?
none of your siblings, to your mind, would be able to power a system. And
Okay.
I mean, your knowledge of your siblings, you know that you were able to get out because you are the most stable. But none of your siblings, say maybe what we consider your brother, was even physically capable enough of movement. If they got one of your siblings in there, that would be disturbing and surprising and very confusing.
Okay. Right. Okay. So other snake child. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. How do we want to go about it? Because we do need to save those 8 children.
You look over in that warehouse, see if they're tripping anything. Shut down whatever security they have and get them out.
And about the snake child. Rinse and repeat, we do the same thing.
There were fewer people at the warehouse. There's a lot more potential collateral damage at that shack.
What if? What if? This is possible in my mind. Whatever we hit, the other one will respond and try to move their product.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure. The idea of us being able to do a simultaneous attack is not possible in my mind.
Unless
If
We
that
could
other
split up.
system is life support, they might not be moving that other snake child.
the only thing I can think of, Scales, do you think, before we hit, keeping security in mind, do you think you could disable brick phones, anything they could use to alert the second location?
I should be able to. If they have phones. If they have any kind of system in which they can alert anyone, I should be able to shut it down.
Sure. Shut it all down. We hit it. As long as we don't let anyone escape. Be no problem. You think.
You know how sometimes in like movies or games, the hero will go and like knock out a guard, but then another guard like call and, hey, you haven't responded yet. Are you there? And he has to like try to pretend. Do you think maybe they're checking in with each other, and if we cut their comms, they won't be able to check in anymore?
I wouldn't be able to know until I've actually seen what hardware they are carrying. But it is likely they are not checking on each other too often. Then again, with Mononon Goal having essentially put extra eyes out on what she considers product, there's really no way of knowing who is checking on what location. Okay, let us park closer to warehouse, obviously in discrete area, and I will be able to at least get a closer look and see what they are working with.
I can try to use my drones around the warehouse.
That would actually be better option. Yes. Oh wait, your drones or the flies? Because drones might be very obvious.
I can
Flies
I
are
can do the-
drones.
Yeah, I can do the.
I'm picking his big drones.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, all of them. I can put the flies out, and then if we start seeing movement, I can fly out the roto drones and then try to drive up the tank to cut them off.
Okay, so flies first. Let's see what we are working with at this warehouse.
So,
Yeah.
I hate to butt in here. But, as you all pull up to the warehouse, we are going to call it here for the night, as it is 11 p.m. Eastern Standard for me. It is the time when we are ending. So as you all pull up to the warehouse together in the tank, this episode comes to a close.
Dun dun dun.
Stressed.
Yes, I know, Shiv, they had a plan, and that plan can happen next time.
Somebody write it down so I don't forget it.
I know. I
Your
got it. I
GM
got
is currently writing everything down. All right, I want to thank everyone who came out and hung out tonight and watched us and enjoyed the show here. I want to thank all my lovely players. I will. I will. Mention people in order of least to most likely to draw on someone's face at a party. Jason, who are you, and why do you exist?
I am Noskavian, and I play Jason on Mondays, and I play with Shadowrun, and I play Barry on Fridays with Vampire the Masquerade.
P103, who are you and why do you exist?
Hi, my name is Slippery Nosferatu, and I've got a mouthful of shrimp.
it.
I play 2-1-3 here on Mondays. When we do Shadowrun, I play Slip of Clan Nosferatu. You're probably connecting some dots on that one. On Fridays, when we play VTM. Tuesday through Thursday, I stream whatever the heck I want. Lately, that's been a lot of Pokemon roguelikes and 7 Days to Die.
Let's see. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
You always ask me that, Softy, and I still don't have an answer. But,
I
as for who I am, I'm pretty sure last I checked, I was Daybreakathon. I played Mojave here on, what day is it, Monday? Yeah, Monday. And on
Yes.
Fridays, you can find me playing Hatfield over on Friday. You can find me streaming, doing things there. Daybreakathon. That's my name. That's where you can find me. I'm very good at this. Oh right, I did the character art for the characters who have art, and I've written a couple of fantasy novels that you should definitely check
Yes.
out if you have the time. I know how to talk. Aside from that, my dog says hi.
Hello, puppy.
Also, their commissions are open. If you want
Yes.
to get art done by them, you should.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Art is wonderful, character art is beautiful. Commissions are very much
Yeah.
worth it, trust me. This is a hard choice, but I'm gonna go with Morningstar. Who are you and why do you exist?
I want to make something very clear. I've never drawn on a person without their consent. So, how dare you?
I'm so sorry.
But hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. I am the Risa Rave all over the internet. On Mondays, I play Morningstar, obviously. And then on Fridays, I play Akran, the Samitsi. And then I'm also a part of Lanyap Gaming. We go live every Tuesdays and Sundays. Currently, we're playing a VTM V5 game called Shadows over Salem. And there's more content to come. There's probably going to be more days in which we're going live soon, so check that out. I also have spicy links to which, if you're interested, you can totally click on and check out. But be respectful, or else.
And then finally, Cloudburst. Who are you and why do you exist? Also, Crud, I don't think we got your
Currently-
links up.
Oh, whatever. I don't do too much streaming or any of that big boy fancy social media stuff anyway. But also apparently I exist to be Angie. Why am I the marker person? How dare? But I am Lord Radon. Hello. I am not a streamer. I am not well, except for this. This is basically the only thing. But it's still a fun time that I have every week so far.
And of course, I'm totally not in this, and I totally have never drawn on anyone's face, obviously. But I am Softonomicon, also known as Allfather Softy, or just Softy, and also Hedgehog Husband to my lovely man's Shiv. Here on Mondays on Table of Horrors, I am the GM for Run the Flood. On Fridays, I play Ebony on Oxford's Ashes. I am a streamer myself. variety streaming. Lately, a lot of 7 Days to Die and my artwork. Specifically, artwork for my Patreon, where I have a coloring book. So if you would like a coloring book of monsters, go to my Patreon. Links are on my channel and on my Twitter. At least most of
They're
my
not
people
just
I know.
monsters.
They are periodic
They're
table
not just
monsters.
monsters. Yes, they're so cool.
They're pretty good. They're actually
Uh,
pretty cool. Pretty good.
And
Yeah.
and I also have commissions open. I do not believe I forgot anything this time. I wrote it down before stream. If I did, my friends are about to yell at me in 3 seconds. Other than that, we are going to be rating Gimli Q, who is playing The Sims. I'm gonna let Shiv put that rate up while I say thank you all for hanging out with us tonight and joining us, and just thanking my players. And I hope we all are excited for this lovely cliffhanger. And
Yes.
can't wait to see you all
Stressed.
next time.
I don't know about stress, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh,
I am.
dear.
I am 100% ready to lightning bolt at least one sorry mofo.
I like that. That's
That's
what
gone.
this stream ended